well as it could.
So just went just decently.
Yeah, I ended up just working the front store all day, so it's fine. At least they didn't. Huh?
Go ahead.
At least they didn't send me home. That
Yeah.
would've sucked.
Yeah, because from what you've said earlier, it's like you said that you were assigned to go to the pharmacy, but then they told you that just work the front store, and you would get paid more if you go to the pharmacy.
Yeah, so when I work pharmacy, I get paid an extra $1 an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's like for an hour or two, it's not much, but if you're working there like 1 day a week or then 2 days a week, that's like in my case an extra $15 to $30 more on my paycheck.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like... So I was all set to work in the pharmacy, only to find that they had like 7 people today. So, and we were behind on the front store, so the pharmacist just suggested that I talk to whoever was running the front about if there was anything that I needed to do, if I could do. So I ended up actually closing the store today. The person who was supposed to close went home early.
Oh, okay, as long as everything all went smoothly there.
Yep. And I mean, it kind of sucks that I didn't get the extra cash, but I still got my normal rate, so...
Yep, so hey, you got your money's worth, so...
Mm-hmm. At least that.
Yep.
Money.
Money.
Why are they not fighting me? I don't get this.
Hmm?
I'm playing this like really strange demake of Fire Emblem Echoes. It's so weird, man.
So, wait. Echoes is a remake of Fire Emblem Gaiden, and you're playing a demake of a remake?
No, I'm kidding. It's Fire Emblem Gaiden.
Oh.
It's like, man, someone made this demake of Fire Emblem Echoes. Man, it's so weird.
God, I walked right into that one.
I would have loved to have streamed that. It was just like, yeah, dude, I've been playing like this. Someone made this official demake of Fire Emblem Echoes, and it's so weird, man. Everything's all pixelated.
Everything's all pixelated. Alm has like half the characterization he had in the original.
Yep.
Celica's even more stupid.
Yeah, we're missing certain characters. Yeah.
Yeah, where is Alm's creepy yandere girlfriend?
Yeah, where is she? Huh. I don't know why they didn't have her here. It's like, must be limitations of the NES.
Oof. Ouch.
Man, I knew that the NES had limited hardware compared to the 3DS, but damn. Having entire characters not be here? For shame.
For shame indeed.
Yep, they even removed the entire prologue, huh? That's so weird. Also, it looks like that Luca has really long legs for some reason. I mean, not for nothing. This is a good novelty.
Oh, is the version of Gaiden you're playing? That's a fan-translated version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaiden never actually made it to the West, if I remember.
Yep. We never got that, and Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light had only recently got a release on Switch.
What's that? Focus.
Oh, that's the way I came.
Shit, what was her name again? Trying to remember Alm's creepy yandere girlfriend's name.
I think it was Faye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, Faye.
I remember she's the reason why I wanted to buy that game.
For Alm's creepy yandere girlfriend.
Yeah.
Dude, her supports with him are like, she's like really happy to be with him in the C support. In the B support, she's like, I will kill everyone for you.
Yep. True love. Don't show her Celica.
Not even worth my
Oof.
Oh, nice one. Keep it up. Shadow sighted.
Alright, come on, at least one of these villagers would be able. Come on, Cliff, you can do it. I think.
Yeah, like, wasn't Faye, like, the character who, like, actually had, like, a penalty to her, like, chance of hit if she was near Ulm or something? Because I could have sworn that I heard something like that. Like, that it was, that the higher your support with her was, the lower her hit was if she was near Ulm.
Huh. I'll need to look into that, because I don't remember that.
I could be
I would not
misremembering something.
I would not be surprised if that was the case, though.
Yeah. God, I want to replay Echoes.
Echoes is a... I had, like, this urge to just replay Echoes as of late. Just because it's just, like, I looked at some, like, supports and just some stuff about the game, and I'm just like, man, they put a lot of work into this one. Its art design is also really damn good.
Yeah, seriously. I absolutely love if I remember correctly from when I played Echoes, I absolutely love the portrait designs and the UI.
They look so darn good. The music as well.
Yeah, the music as well. The voice acting is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, but they got a really good cast and a really good script too. Yep, so it's all good stuff all around. I loved everything from a technical angle for that. They went hard on a remake, so
Yeah.
and they did really good on it.
Especially when you can compare it to Shadow Dragon.
Yeah, that was bare bones. That couldn't be any more bare bones if it was a chicken wing. So
Marth needs a Fire Emblem, a really good Fire Emblem game to hit the West.
Yeah.
Well, actually, technically, she did. By technicality.
Yeah. yeah, you're right. Yeah. She did. She definitely did. Wait, are we live?
Yeah?
Oh. Hi.
I asked earlier if it was fine, and you guys said yeah.
Yeah, I was like, huh, he didn't tell me if we were ready yet.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Tonight is February 17th, and welcome to Jared's stream for a change.
Yeah. Hi.
We've been live for 8 minutes.
Guest starring an incredibly confused Dean.
I am very confused right now.
Speaking of Echoes, though, Dean says the topic did come up. Were you still interested in streaming that together?
Yes.
Okay. Just
Very
say when
much
on my end, because I'm feeling a lot better.
Alright, that's really good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was interested in trying to get that going, but I wanted to be sure that you were all well and good for that.
Yeah, considering I was, like, hacking my lungs out for a couple of days.
Yeah, and I'd rather you not do that, as well as not be in good condition to actually, be in the stream, so... But yeah, I'm still up for doing it just because I just love that. I really want to play that game again. And this time in a difficulty that won't make me want to pull my hair out. So
Right. Yeah, I think I remember doing a little bit of digging afterwards when you said that you had such a frustrating experience with it on hard mode. Apparently it's not that well balanced.
Hard mode sucks.
Yeah.
It blows. It's not in the sense of, a reasonably a reasonable challenge. It's more of the every enemy is fucking bulky.
Oh.
Oh, that kind of hard mode.
Yeah, where they just increased the HP and the defense and said, yeah, this is good.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
I'm like...
the unfair, cheap type of hard mode.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that I have the turn wheel, thank God, but it's just like... This is painful. So who knows? Maybe normal difficulty will actually have like a better time with the game. At least I
Yeah.
hope
Minus a certain boss in Chapter 4, but
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oof.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not looking forward to Duma or that enemy. God damn it.
hmm
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was the one where you told me how to beat him. I tried it, I didn't get it. You told me what his shtick was, and I was like, that is so fucking stupid. So I looked it up online and I grinded until I got Ragnarok.
Okay.
And then I just two-shotted him in the face.
You know what? That's fair. I never liked that guy anyways.
Maybe we should head back for now. We're going to charge into enemy territory. We should
Oof.
probably make sure we're prepared.
Yep.
Good idea.
I don't know why I'm in such a Fire Emblem mood. It's just...
Sorry.
It just came back to me for some reason.
You're suffering from drought.
You know what? You're right. Yeah, I'm having Fire Emblem withdrawal.
I mean, we also did just recently get that announcement, so...
Yeah, Three Hopes is coming out, and I'm waiting for that.
hmm Oh, I can't wait to play it. I'm, like, really excited.
That settles it
Mhm.
then. Let's make our way back.
It's gonna be good.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
So we're. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, like I'm genuinely enjoying the change in trend of all the Warriors spin-offs. Rather than them being mega crossovers, instead they're like focusing on this very specific set of characters and telling a more refined, quote-unquote, story. Like how we had Age of Calamity, Persona 5 Strikers, which is technically a sequel, and now Fire Emblem Three Hopes.
Yeah, the way that every thing is working out with them taking on like other properties, it seems to be working out pretty good for them.
Mm-hmm. Shame about the original Dynasty Warriors property, though.
Yeah, Rip 9.
Yep.
Rip 9.
Wasn't that the open world one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
apparently it was garbage.
I heard it was garbage from Jim Sterling. Oof.
Yeah, there were folks that had like high hopes for that one. Too bad it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, look, Jared is now live.
Cool.
Hi, Jared.
Hi, Jared.
Hi, Dean. Hi, Cole.
God, am I that out of it?
Probably.
Probably. Let's see.
It's gonna be the second day in a row that someone I'm hanging out with is gonna be out of it.
I promise I will not be too out of it, but at the same time, I make no promises.
And in your defense, you just woke up from a nap.
Yep.
Oh, that explains everything.
Oh my God, Doki Doki Literature Club is in this pack.
I think we're
Oh.
feeling a lot better now that we've
Shit.
Nope, not Cindy.
Fuck, the game broke.
This is about Alice. Alice?
I blame Monica.
I was looking into
Yep,
this and
just
Alice
Monica.
changed her heart back
Always blame Monica.
but it looks like some of her
Wait, what? Why is there a game called Jesus?
No, there's a game
Huh.
called Jesus.
Yeah, there's. Yeah.
Jesus has a video game?
Jesus is a video. Jesus is my video game.
but some people still get set off if you criticize
Another
Alice.
Jesus allegory in my video game?
Getting threatened and even attacked. Seriously messed up.
And why didn't Caddy cover this in his Jesus special?
I'm thinking
Wait,
maybe
Caddy has a
someone-
Jesus special? Shit,
Yeah.
I just remembered that. I still have not watched that video.
Oh yeah, it's like he did a whole video where he just played Jesus games.
Oh my god, I need to see that in my life.
It is fucking funny.
The question is, how do we do that? Why not just visit the jail? As much as I'd love to do that, we can't
I'm
just
trying to read through most of these games. What's the difference between Daikid to Mario Brothers? What's the difference between any of these and like any of the other one? Kallen no Tsurugi Square Shop? What?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm
Alright.
looking through this game list that I was sent, and I was like, because this is all like games that were only in Japan, and I'm like, I have never heard of most of these. I say yeast.
Probably because they were only in Japan.
I mean, yeah, fair enough, but it's like, huh. I thought that I would have heard like some of these, but yeah, these probably all or most of these are exclusives. Wait, Metroid doesn't count as translated. We got that game.
I mean, there's a small difference between the Famicom version and the NES
Is it?
version.
Yeah, isn't there a save?
Yeah, there's a save and slightly better music quality.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, holy shit!
Even though the save system in Metroid 1 is the exact copy of Zelda 1.
Yeah, it is.
There was a, I know there was one Metroid game that was only released in Japan, I think. Which, it was like a... I think it was... I'm trying to think of what was the game called, because it's not a traditional console video game. Fuck, I forgot it now. Oh cool, we unlocked requests now.
Oh, sweet. From not the fan site, but whatever.
And we're doing all of these.
So, is it canonical that the fan... Wait, did they ever mention the fan site in this game? I'm not sure if they'd ever did.
I don't think they did. You think if they would have mentioned the fan site, then Mishima would have been mentioned too.
Yeah. Unless, like, oh, the fan site, I think that, Mishima just didn't forgot to pay for the site.
Defeat remaining shadows. Huh.
So, did we also get, like, the thing in where... Oh, yeah, we're able to go back to our previous levels if we wanted to.
Yeah, I just did that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the Twitch feed and I realized, oh wait, we have a local feed. I should probably go through that one.
Even though there's no sound to it, it's just there for real time.
It went wow, 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 and everything, too.
You're fine.
So you can go back to specific levels like the palaces, but you can't go back to, like, say, the main cities in the real world.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't.
Unfortunately.
Like, you're able to go to their jails, but you can't go to their actual cities, which...
I guess that means Makoto won't be tortured to drive everywhere.
Yeah. You know, it would suck. It's just like, oh, Makoto, we kind of left something over in Shibuya. We need to go back.
Oh, no.
Hang on, I want to go back for coffee.
Uh-oh. And then no one fights it because that coffee is good.
It's expensive coffee because you're taking all that gas mileage there.
Yep. Yeah, don't worry. It's worth it, I think.
I'm sure it's worth it.
So this is just the introduction of how quests work in this game, right?
Yep, we got our first major quest. Oh, it's right here in the square.
Our first major quest. Oh, look, there it is.
Hee-ho!
He won't. Ah, yes, the late and great Jack-o'-lantern.
So one of the things I saw today, from because I was watching a video from Good Vibes Gaming, that apparently there's some DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles X that actually fixes some performance stuff.
You did?
Yeah, so I guess and it's DLC, it's not an update. So if that thing remains stuck on the Wii U, you're not gonna get your performance patches when the shop goes down.
Yeesh. I did not know they actually had those patches, but then again, I haven't checked out Xenoblade Chronicles X in a good while.
I still gotta play it. I did make a tweet that I said that if there is no announcement by May, I will play it. For a Switch port, because that's what I've been waiting for.
No.
I still like that my most played Wii U application is YouTube.
Yes, YouTube. My favorite genre, YouTube.
YouTube.
So how do you play YouTube?
It's a simulator game.
Oh, the simulator. Oh, okay. So, so you just post video, so you keep just posting videos and then you wait for your EXP to grow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That does make me wonder, how do you grind in this game?
The entire game is a grind.
You know what? Yep, I believe it.
Anyways,
Let's try this then.
Though I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of the game mechanic where sometimes the entire layout just changes for no apparent reason. It really sucks because it doesn't benefit me at all.
Oh wait, which one?
I was making the YouTube joke about their layout
Oh.
changing all.
Is it?
Did I finish the request?
I'm not sure.
Time to go back.
Yeah, I think you're good.
all right.
Let's go.
Let's get to work.
Request.
Are you
Yep,
done
we finished it.
answering the request? Hey,
We finally finished a request. Also, Smash was trending today.
What was it trending for?
For people saying that it's been about a year since Pyramithra got announced for Smash, and it's been mostly positive.
That's good.
For once, something Xenoblade related is not filled with people complaining
Yep.
on Twitter.
Well, that
God,
is
like-
good.
Yeah, seriously. Though I found myself amused that when Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was announced, everyone's reaction was, Xenoblade Chronicles X plays where?
Forever. That's like the last big budget game left on the Wii U. Man.
Everyone get your copies of Xenoblade Chronicles X while you still can.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's got a physical version.
Mhm.
Yep, man, I has it.
I also has it.
Yes.
And
Why did she include Takeshi's challenge?
Takechi?
Takeshi's challenge, yeah, literally the most bullshit game that has ever existed in the Famicom.
Oh. Oh. I don't know.
I only know that because of memes.
I have never heard of this game that you are talking about.
John Tron did a video on it. It is, wow.
Mmm. Admittedly, for how memeable JonTron has been, I have yet to really watch any of his content.
Yeah, that's fair. I haven't really been watching like most of his recent stuff anyways.
Oh, listen up. Mission accomplished. Hey.
God, that windstorm.
Windstorm?
Yeah, we're going through a bit of a storm right now. It's been raining all day and it got really windy when leaving work.
Ooh, that's not good.
Mm.
Eh.
Eh.
Woo, more requests!
Yep. Time to make your keep.
Here's what I think.
And also, don't forget your friends' friend requests.
Okay. You're accepting this request? Okay. You're accepting this request? Okay. You're doing this one? Okay. Let's do our best.
Prison mail.
Request?
Wait, that's not it.
You're already working on this one.
Archangel with... Time to go to the Velvet Room.
Hello, trickster. You wish to browse the... Please take a look.
Drink, drink, drink.
Is there no other way to organize this?
Please take a look.
No, I can't go by them alphabetically. That's lame. Alright. Here he is.
Okay. You cannot hold any more personas. What will you be registering?
Oh. Yes. We need
Please take a look.
Andres. Where were you?
Is
Wait,
this
no.
okay?
Archangel, that's what I needed.
You may take it with you.
Lavenza, see my persona that I got for you.
All right.
Completed.
Yep, this is when she's actually, well, the recipient of all, of, her own request. Of her own request without needing to be divided up into two.
We have the
Yeah.
Strength Arcana.
Yep.
This is the
You know what it always just kind of weirded me out about this whole thing? It's like,
What's it?
you have this, and
request.
why isn't Lavenza a character in this game?
I don't know.
You mean like a playable character that you can use in like fighting or something?
Yeah,
Let's start
Like, even as just a New Game Plus sort of thing, like, it's just, hey, I want to be, like, the really cool, best, like, no one ever was sort of broken character. It would have been really cool.
Mm.
A character that would be more fun as a broken thing for New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, there we are.
Even as just, like, a complete troll or anything that's just, yep, I am just a completely overpowered character, which makes sense for a Warriors game. You know? It would actually also be rather awesome if, like, Lavenza can only be on her own, and just, like, you don't need anyone else. She'll just be the best fucking character you'll ever play as.
Yeah, that was. I just posted something in the general spoilers chat related to Legends Arceus. I don't know if it goes there or if it belongs there or not.
Oh, that one, yeah. That made me giggle.
I'd never actually seen Ingo's original artwork from Black and White, and the very first thing I looked at when I saw that was, damn, what's his name who does the artwork's proportions got really good over the last 10 years.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the same artist?
I think so? I'm not sure.
Because he looked freaking goofy in the original.
Mm.
And then, like, he looked goofy in the original, but he looks fucking badass in this game.
Mm.
Another reason why I wanted to... It's another reason why I wanted to join the Pearl Clan. At least I can wear their outfit, I could pretend.
Oh, you can wear their outfit?
Yeah, that's one of the options. You can, oh, you can't wear his outfit. You can at least wear the Pearl Clan's uniform, though.
Ah, okay.
I wish I could wear the train uniform so I can be like, yeah, now I'm the battle subway god.
You do get the Diamond and Pearl outfits in New Game Plus, or not New Game Plus, in post game.
Yep. For a good 10,000, you get the outfit.
But no, it's like the moment that I got to Ingo's Pokemon battle, my brain just immediately clicked of, this guy's from the future. Because, like, it's kind of a weird thing to say, but it was the way his battle stance was that made me go, oh, wait a second.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, when did it actually click with me that's like, wait, I recognize this guy.
Mm.
But I still also think he has probably, like, my favorite battle stance out of all the trainers in that game.
Dude, Legends Arceus, because of, like, things like the lower Pokemon count and stuff, really went all out in order to update its animations.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the music, and, like, the trainer poses in the battles and stuff, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It makes the battles feel all awesome, I'd say.
Yeah, seriously.
Damn, Jared, you're setting the bunny on fire.
Oh yeah, that's right, he's the only clan member who uses Pokeballs.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think that out of everyone, he's the only one that uses Pokeballs.
Mm. Because it's familiar.
Yep. It's interesting to me just because, like, everyone else, it's like, you just like, oh, we just spirit bonded with our Pokemon. It's no thing. It's no big deal.
Shoot her in the ass.
Okay, Jared.
Yeah, shoot her. Okay, so apparently that Jared wants to shoot him in the ass.
Yeah. Shoot her in the ass.
Okay, I'll save that there. Let's try this out.
Alice, what made you like this? You never get it to come
God, I want to continue on my journey in Legends Arceus just because I want to see all those legendaries they packed in.
When are we streaming that again, by the way?
Probably Sunday.
Okay.
If not Sunday, Monday.
Alright, and then I got Friday to do whatever I want, then. Without,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, Friday is gonna be... I gotta make up the Valentine stuff, so... Yep. Select the BIOS file. There you go. There you go. What the fuck? Oh, okay. That worked.
Was the Valentine stuff the Fire Emblem that was gonna go down?
It was that, but I had another idea. So, yeah, I'm gonna honor my other commitment that I made. So, well, we'll start on Fire Emblem next week. I needed to get something prepared for then, too.
Okay.
Is this still related to Echoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you take care of whatever you need to, dude. I'm not in any hurry.
Neither am I.
Yeah, you wanted to be along for that there, Jared?
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, I think you played Echoes as well.
I played a bit of Echoes. I have not gone back to it in a while. Admittedly.
Well, how far did you get?
I don't remember. I'd have to hop in my game and try that.
Okay. Oh, I just beat the prologue. It was literally one mission.
I didn't play that little of it.
No, I don't want the S8 phone. I want to take a look at the S8 tablet. There it is.
Aw.
Yes, I want to compare all models.
What's this? Link no Vulcan. What? The Nintendo Family Computer.
Guts for punishment. Defeat Succubus by striking their weakness.
The hell? There's a thing there's apparently a menu option that literally just says kill mode.
What?
I loaded up a translated version of Zelda 2, and it says insert name and kill mode.
Huh.
Interesting.
Concerning.
Alright. This is The Legend of Fork.
Oh wait, I think it's Bless.
I just want to compare them, Samsung. Don't give me all the other fancy shit. Just, let's see.
That was too easy. Here's hoping the next one's just as easy.
Who knew the NES had load times?
It did?
It did, apparently.
Okay,
That's
let's
news
see,
to
same
me.
Operating system, same processor, same processor speed.
Oh. Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Oh, I get it.
Now you understand?
Oh, I broke the game. Oh, damn it! I
So
killed the
from
cartridge.
what I'm looking at for this, the main difference between the Tab S, S Plus, and Ultra is the screen size, the RAM and potential storage, and the battery strength, battery capacity. And that's it!
Huh.
Yeah. I think I'll just go with the $700 version if I ever feel like buying it.
If you feel like it.
Well, it's just that one of the drawings that I did for on my S6 Lite, and for the record, I love my S6 Lite. It's a very good tablet for only $250. I swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed that when I was drawing on a canvas that had when my canvas sizes get close to like the 5,000 to 6,000 pixel mark, it starts to lag
Oh,
badly.
that's not good.
Yeah, especially when I start having a lot of layers. I've only ever had one canvas that gets that size. I've had two canvases that get that size. But because Clip Studio Paint also isn't as optimized for Android as it is for Apple, and because of the more recent updates that have been on it, I have been noticing a little bit more lag from my tablet.
Ugh.
And it kind of sucks because CSP is a great art program, but it was definitely more designed with the newer hardware of the S7 in mind over like the S6 Lite. So I'm starting to reach the upper limits of what I can pull off with my much weaker tablet. So I'm thinking of upgrading to a new one.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
There's only so much you can do with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of getting the Samsung Galaxy S7 FE Fan Edition, but I looked it over and it's actually it's actually a worse option than the S7 Plus was, or the regular S7. So I figured I'd just wait out another year to see what Samsung's doing with their S8 tablets instead.
It is a worse option, huh?
Well, it's kind of weird. And it's like, I mean, a part of me kind of is maybe considering maybe moving to the iPad instead, despite the fact that I really don't like Apple as a company. But then I remember that you have to buy the Apple Pencil separate, and it only works when it's charged. When it's charged.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Samsung licenses out Wacom's pen technology, so they include their S Pen with the tablet, so it's basically for free. It's basically a free pen, a really good free pen.
Hmm.
So that's since Clip Studio Paint's available on that I already have Clip Studio Paint anyway, so I figure I might as well just stick to Samsung for the time being.
Yeah, and not deal with Apple's really crap business practices.
Yeah, it's like, if the pen were included, I'd probably be more open to it, but it's not. And there's also the fact that it requires if the battery dies, you can't draw. Whereas with my S Pen, the only thing the battery is required in the S Pen for is the optional Bluetooth features. Bluetooth features that in the S6 Lite doesn't even have, so I can literally just draw whenever I want. As long as the tablet's battery is charged, which mine isn't at the moment. So I think I might, depending on how much I draw this year, because I'm more interested in writing this year actually, I might consider getting the S8 if I have the money for it.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. $700 is a lot of money, though.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's like the one thing that's kind of stopping me from just impulse buying this thing.
$700. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's what? Like, I mean, it would be like, I think, if I did a monthly payment, it would be like how many bucks a month for like a couple for like 2 years? A lot still. So I don't want to do that. So I guess that's what I'll be saving up my money for in the future. I think that if I don't get a new tablet this year, it's definitely going to be next year, though.
Yep, next year for sure.
Next year for tomorrow for sure. Eventually. Ugh.
Yvette, ugh. Ugh. Oh,
So
Damn
many hours later that the old narrator got tired and they had to hire a new one.
Alright. Let's take a look. My S6 Lite versus the S7 and the S8.
Nah, I'm going for the exit.
no.
Ew, fighting.
Yeah, I'm a pacifist.
Alert. Try not to do anything careless. Hey, what do you think that is?
Well, all this seems to work out okay. I've just been testing out like some of these games, and all that seems to be working just fine.
That's good.
Gonna make for a fun. Hey guys, you guys want to watch me play some random NES games? Sort of stream.
Oh, is that going to be like the next grab bag or something?
It'll be basically. Let's just pick this one. This one looks good.
There's some core in there. Don't worry, Panda. I won't let you.
Oh boy, I love Doki Doki Literature Club. Wait, when did they decide to make this a platformer?
Oof.
DDLC. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that I own DDLC Plus on Switch, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I think I bought the physical version of it, actually.
There's no audio jack on these things? Fuck you, Samsung.
Why?
I
Oh.
mean, it's not like I'd really listen to music with it, but at the same time, Samsung, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a big what the fuck moment, I'd say.
Is it... I know this is going to sound kind of sad, but one of my main things when I was getting my new phone was, but does it have a headphone jack?
I mean, a headphone jack is useful.
Yes, it is!
My headphones that I always use for my PC, I use corded ones, so I need a headphone jack.
Mm.
We got another one. And what's up with the narrating?
Oh, this is Peach. Oh, okay.
Peach!
Man, take a look at these original Mario enemies. Yep. Or no, these are original Mario enemies. This is Doki Doki Literature Club enemies.
Hmm.
I think someone in here is Monica.
Just Monica.
Oh, that's a much better screen resolution.
I don't know why I find this like incredibly charming that I'm just playing the NES I'm playing the OG version of Super Mario Bros. 2 when it wasn't even Mario Bros. 2.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to upgrade my tablet, I'm going to get the S8. The S7 and S8 are almost exactly the same thing.
You want to? Can I see those stats, by the way?
Sure. Let me just reopen the thing.
Yeah, apparently one other game that's gonna be going away with the eShop is the GBA version of Mario Brothers 3, which has the e-reader exclusive content.
Yeah, that's like that should be like priority one to get.
Alright, I sent you over the comparison, Dean. I set it up to compare the one that I have on the far right with the other two that I was looking at.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy's on high alert. Try not to do
Ow.
anything careless.
Oh, I always get lost in this area.
Yeah, well, I never really, well, it doesn't get, like, too bad, I'd say. I'm, at least in terms of, like, all the palaces, this is probably, like, one of the... Are you, yeah, you're inside the palace, right? Or
Yeah.
the, not palace, the jail itself, right?
Yeah. I know there's a whole space somewhere.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo.
Where
Oh,
are
I
you?
do. Oh, really? I don't change my
Oh.
characters midway through the stage? Huh. Do, 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 do. Oh no! Oh no!
I'll reveal your true form.
Alright, that's enough of Doki Doki Literature Club. I had enough horror.
Enough horror. Too
Yep,
much horror.
Too much horror. Platforming? Ugh.
You Suki.
Wait, what's this? Kakekita Mario Brothers? What's this one?
The same effort in the next battle.
Don't tell me it's just Super Mario Brothers.
What if it is?
I mean, I'm half right. It is Mario Brothers,
But
but it's Mario Brothers. You know, the pipe game.
oh,
What the fuck?
that Mario Brothers.
Was that not
Yeah, so I'm half right. What the fuck is this? Okay, I don't know. You know what? It just feels really strange out of context. So you know what? I am just gonna save this for when I'm gonna save this for a rainy day.
I'm scared.
God, this is a treat. Let's see. Compare Samsung specs. Let's look at this.
This is what happens when we get a bunch of nerds on a stream. We end up looking at tablets.
They look at tablets. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got the Tab 8, Tab S8, Tab S7, and Tab SX Lite. What is the one you currently have?
The one I currently have is the S6 Lite.
Okay.
But there
Damn,
was that one stream where all we did was look up plushies for like 2 hours.
Fair
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, was that not a Pokemon stream?
Yeah, I think it. I want to say it was one of the Mystery Dungeon ones. I think it might have been Explorers of Sky.
It was either that or Emerald, but yeah, it was definitely one of those.
Speaking of Explorers of Sky, that's also on the Virtual Console, and it's the cheapest way to get it.
It is the cheapest way to get it instead of spending like $100 on a physical card.
Yeah, so that's a game I'm downloading. Just
Yeah,
to own
get
it.
that. Yeah, get that. It's
Uh-huh.
not bad on the Wii U version.
How far along are we now?
I can't imagine it's not. It doesn't seem like it wouldn't be that much different compared to
Yeah, I
the
did a
DS
whole-
version.
Yeah, I did a whole playthrough on it. I think you were there.
I was there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just double checking on. Oh, here it is. Okay, expandable memory up to 1 terabyte.
For the record, it's very likely I will never ever use that.
What, the memory thing?
like the expandable memory, because since I mainly only use my tablet for drawing, pictures really don't take up that much space, even when they're at high resolutions. Or at
Unless
least
you
mine
arc
don't.
super hard.
Yeah, like Maya typically tends to save their stuff in .tiff format, and because that preserves all of the layers, their drawings tend to be really huge. Whereas I typically save mine as PNGs, so they tend to be smaller.
I never heard of TIFF files.
Huh?
I never heard of TIFF files before.
They are a professionally grade format.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Let's see, micro SD up to 1 terabyte for each of them. Well, at least they have all that the same.
Mhm.
Wi-Fi connectivity, that ain't bad. Bluetooth is about the same. Type C. Oh, the resolution's the same across the 8 and the the 8 and 7.
Mhm. Yeah, I believe the 8 Plus has a higher resolution screen.
Display technology and type. I don't know what a WQXGA is, but I bet it sounds awesome.
I'd call that an easy win.
That sounds
No.
cool.
That sounds cool. Audio jack. No. Man, I never heard of no. Is it the newly upgraded audio jack version?
Yeah, it was going through these specs that I was like, I shouldn't get the fan edition, because the base version of the fan edition is the same as, in terms of storage, is the same as my S6 Lite, so it's like, not worth it in the end.
A fan edition?
The Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE is called, FE is short for fan edition.
Oh,
For what I
see.
understand, the base model is for the cheapest price is 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigabytes of memory, which is exactly the same as my S6 Lite.
Oh, it's
If
cheap.
you want more RAM and more gigs of storage, you got to pay more.
Let's see, fan edition. Let's see. Okay, so one has fingerprint reader and one has face recognition. Do. What, is screen size bigger? Hold on. 7. Okay, 7. Oh, yeah, it's bigger a bit.
The resolution's the same.
So how goes Storming the castle?
Cage.
We made it to the top.
Just like the one back in
All right, Yuji, time for you to be. Time for you to do what you were always meant to do. Test this out to see if it hurts.
How does it look so
He's the guinea pig.
looks like it's still
Yep.
locked. We'll need someone to touch it so we can hear the voices in his
Oh right, you gotta take care of the jail keeper.
Oh no, the jail keeper.
Yeah, he's so terrifying.
Looks like it's gonna hurt. And
So scary.
ask Sophie to do it.
He's so scary. I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, come on, Skull. You're, you know, tough.
And he's already experienced it once before. If anything, he's the ideal candidate.
I just got tagged like why is someone like, huh? What does Anubis, the Reaper, and the Guardian of the River Styx and a truck have in common?
What? What do they have?
They
in
guide
common?
you. They guide you to the afterlife.
Oh god.
Like it matters. This kid's gonna make us a fortune.
Yeah, I'm hearing voices all right.
These voices are somehow related to Natsume's emotional scars?
Most likely. We just need to
Browsing,
listen to the
browsing,
conversation
browsing.
and figure out the source of his trauma from there.
So we're looking for something like what Shujin Academy was to Alice.
We should keep listening. There's bound to be some sort of clue here.
Sir, try to keep your voice down. He'll be back any minute.
Oh, come off it. Can you really blame me for complaining? I'm the one who has to read his crap every day.
The kid's got motivation, but that's about all he's got. Seems any talent for writing in that family died with his grandfather.
Just found a picture of this guy having just in a crowd with a giant sign that just says "Remaster Sonic Heroes."
Still our little money. No way in hell
What?
I'm letting him go.
To what put a sign?
Some dude was, yeah.
Oh, they had what, a sign that says "Remake Sonic Heroes."
Yeah.
Is it like that wrestling thing? It's just like Final Fantasy VIII is really good or something like that.
To hear a good amount.
Yeah, I think it might have been from wrestling.
I would not be surprised.
Indeed.
I don't even know why someone does that, but I guess it's because they got famous online.
What's the name of a cafe?
And now everybody's riding off that train.
Sawney around Sendai
Yep.
Station.
Yeah, I just want to have a sign that just says "Hi, Mom."
Much easier. Well, you got a lead on finding the trauma room now.
Right.
Hi, Mom.
Find us a coffee shop.
Speaking of Pokemon Legends Arceus, I want to boot that game up so I can see if I could get the starters.
In the space-time distortions.
Are they in particular locations or?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I'm currently just hanging out in the marshlands.
The marshlands, I think the Cyndaquil line spawns there.
The Cyndaquil line? Oh, hell yeah, okay. Because I need to get a Cyndaquil.
I still have yet to get a female starter from the distortions or an alpha one.
Oh, really? Did you get a
Yeah,
shiny one?
I have not gotten a shiny one yet.
Because it should be possible to do so. I imagine.
Yeah, the only time they're shiny locked is when you get them at the very beginning of the game and when you get them from the professor after you beat the game.
I assume that the reason why that's the case is because every one of the starters is preloaded.
Probably.
I should probably start grabbing the wisps.
That is, I mean, you will need to do that.
That's for dex completion, I'm guessing, right?
Yep.
Get to work.
Sendai.
Leave the support to me.
I gotta look for Lamias.
Oh, doing that for the quest.
Yeah, I want to finish up my request before after I go after where I finish the jail. Even though after every jail you have downtime to finish up anything you want to do in the town before you leave. That includes going through quests.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that there were some quests that were just like, oh, if you leave this area, you can't go back to it, right?
Yeah, there's like town-specific quests.
I think all the Friends ones are like that.
Yeah, kind of stinky. Let's...
Yes, because I love missing something just because I forgot.
That happened to me with Vanilla Persona 5 when it came to trying to get Black Frost.
Okay, where to now?
Wait, for getting Black Frost, really?
Yeah, there is if you don't do the Bully the Bullies quest from when Mishima asks you, apparently that's on a time limit.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
So I missed it. Had to play through the game again to get Black Frost for my compendium.
Ooh. That leaves a poor taste in my mouth. I guess I'll catch you, random Raichu.
I'd like at least a little more challenge.
Go for it. I didn't do that. I don't even know where Lamia even spawns. Oh wait,
I thought they on near like the shopping district area.
I think I remembered.
Oh, those are pixies.
Here I thought they'd put up a fight.
Where's the checkpoint? Oh, there's Lamia.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, it's the boss Lamia, but hey, Lamia nonetheless.
Should be ice.
Oh yeah, Jared, weren't you going for like full completion of the decks in this game?
I already did complete the decks.
I mean absolute completion.
Oh, the perfects for everybody. Yeah, I was, but I haven't really picked up Arceus in a while.
I was just wondering like how that progress was going.
I haven't messed with it in a while.
I mean, I can't say I blame you, to be honest. That's a lot of work.
Yep. Especially for the popular Pokemon like Garchomp.
I don't think that counted.
It didn't?
No,
No, it did.
Oh,
It says 1 out of 3.
Oh, I know why it didn't count. It's because I kept stunning it while it was frozen. Because it never got stunned from that, it didn't count. I see.
Oh, okay. Oh, Shaking Blue Tree. Cherubi! That's not a Cherubi!
Damn it.
Them cherubies are pains in the asses to get, huh?
Apparently, I've never been able to find one. I got the evolved form, but not the fucking cherries.
You got lucky with the Shieldons, and I got lucky with the Cherubies.
I guess so.
That's the trade-off we get.
If this is seriously going to be the last Pokemon I ever find, I'm going to be pissed.
What, Cherubi?
Yeah, Cherubi.
Oh, God.
Yeah, fucking Burby!
It's always the ones you're looking for that are the hardest to find. Right,
Yeah.
my shiny Wurmple I still have not located?
Meanwhile, you get a shiny Shinx while you're at it.
I ran into the shiny Shinx while I was minding my own business trying to find the fucking Wurmple.
Yep.
And I found the shiny Drifloon while I was literally running for my life from an Alpha Dusclops. I'm not making that up.
I'm running away. Oh, look, a shiny! I'm running for my life.
Totally worth it. I'm in date. Ooh, shiny.
Ooh, change thing.
Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I need to use the bathroom.
No problem.
Oh, it's an Alpha Carvine. Alright, cool.
If you need one, I can always trade you a Cherubi.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll just try and see if I can find it on Neon. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Bob. I'll catch him now.
Checkpoint. Let's see where that area was I'm looking for. That's the entrance. I think it's West Garden?
Let's keep moving ahead.
no. Where is this place?
Another frickin' Burmy. Hey, Nitrod, how's it going?
Hello.
We're here. Better get moving.
Okay, I think this is where they spawn.
I want to say yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yep, there they are.
I knew they spawned here. Diamond dust. There we go. I got it.
Nice.
Easy as what?
No more dungeon crawling? Then let's get that. Let's get to work. Here's what I found. You're already working on this one. Good job.
We got it. That's a request done.
Alright, ready to take on a prison keeper?
Yep.
There's a sale happening. Now's your chance to shop. How many would you like? You want to put it to good use, okay?
Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Also, hello, Night Shroud. Happy to have you.
Yep. That is a bear.
That is, in fact, a bear.
Yep. You know, I was wondering, like, how the heck did you manage to get your character all the way to 999 HP, but then I realized, oh yeah, HP and SP incenses are a thing.
Yes, they are. They
Oh.
drop from Disaster Shadows. And later on, you can buy them from the shop.
Oh yeah, I think that's a exclusive for New Game Plus.
Yeah. They are expensive, though.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think they're like 100,000 per item. And you can only
They
buy
are.
3 max at a time.
And they are permastat boost items.
All right, we're on the hunt for a Gatorade coffee. First, let's find out
Yes, they are.
the area.
Tory coffee. Got it. There's only one that's close to Sendai Station.
Whoa, that was fast.
It's a bit of a walk, but I'll be happy to guide you to the destination. You're amazing, Sophia. It's like you were made to be a navigator.
Being the navigator's my job.
It's simply a question of having the right person for the right job. Fear not, Futaba. There are plenty of things only you can do.
Huh, I guess that's true. Nobody else can act like a weirdo quite like you do, Inari.
Who are you calling a weirdo?
All right, guess we'll just head over to the cafe then, yeah?
Yeah, let's get going. Okay, I've got it.
This is it. Gatori coffee.
I can smell the coffee. Seems to be just an ordinary cafe.
Are we sure we have the right place? We'll just have to put in the keyword and see.
All right, let's make it happen. The trauma cell's calling our names. Trauma cell?
It's just a name I came up with.
Trauma room sounds like some kind of cheesy
Trauma cell. Trauma room.
Call it whatever you want. We gotta roll.
The key to opening that birdcage is gotta be
Frickin'
here
love the
somewhere.
name Trauma Room.
Do you remember the keyword?
Of course. It's Prince of Nightmares.
just like what happened.
The trauma center.
This is where Natsume's trauma comes from.
What could have happened to him, I wonder?
Shh. Someone's up ahead.
Are you sure about this? The grand prize for that? Ongo Natsume. The kid's entered every contest, but he's never made it past the first stage. He's as stubborn as he is incompetent. What's more, his writing is so painfully generic, it only becomes more obvious when you compare it to the other candidates.
That voice. Is it Natsume?
Acknowledged my work.
It's fine. He's the great Sogo Natsume's grandson, remember? Brand recognition is a huge part of marketability. Nobody gives a rat's ass about the cover.
Shaking trees around here.
Though a certain someone
Trees.
seems to think he's actually
Come on, Cherubi.
Poor kid can't even see just how hopeless he really is. Seriously, it's pathetic.
I'm trying as hard as
What sucks about the perfect dex completion though is that you have to catch multiple Cherubis.
so long as he keeps
Yep.
raking it in. We hit the jackpot with that
Wait, actually, I thought it was Cherim that was the one for the dex completion.
to the top.
Oh, wait. Dex completion in general, never mind.
Yeah, in general.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Now I understand.
Guys are the
Oh my
worst.
god.
Zach, what have you done?
Right on you. A talentless hack like you is hopeless. Hopeless! Hopeless!
This is the same thing we saw in Shibuya. Careful! It's using different weapons from last time.
Pixie, Jack, Lucifer, okay, Lucifer.
You sure we're not in the Mementos deaths?
You know, with the way that this thing is staged, yeah.
Was not what he wrote.
Did it! The warden's down for the count.
Cool, that's the next warden down, so ready to take down the castle.
I guess that's
Yep.
Yes. yes.
Now, right?
Probably after a bathroom break though.
Yeah.
was that we
Sounds good.
Seems
Mhm.
That award on his own merit. Those editors just used him for his name.
So, there was a secret behind that novel after
What was that we just saw? Just some asshole that just decided, yeah, you know what, we can take advantage of this kid who has like a really famous author's name.
thought his hard work was paying off. He had to hear all that.
Sure that nothing bad will happen from that.
Those editors
That's stinky.
They knew his
What
writing wasn't
assholes.
good enough,
Yep.
but they still gave him the prize just so they could make money. It still doesn't justify what he's doing now.
I am sympathetic of this boy's plight, while at the same time I want to smack him senseless.
Yep.
rising to fame atop stolen ideas, pulling at people's emotions with a
And that is why
fabricated
Persona
story,
5 is a
or
good
robbing
game.
others of their free
Yep.
will, changing their hearts and wallowing in his own vanity. These crimes are unforgivable. There's no denying that he's been a fool, and yet, in spite of all that, it doesn't change the fact that Natsume spent years giving it everything he had. Creative work is often a lonely endeavor. And battling against that loneliness is truly a challenge in and of itself. As if it wasn't hard enough, if you don't produce results, no one will even think twice about you. When might even begin to think that such dark and unfulfilling times are all that's in store. Had I taken one wrong step, I may very well have turned out to be just as hideous as him.
Inari.
It's thanks to your friendship that I didn't stray from the path. He, however, doesn't seem to have anyone. Natsume should know better than most that there's no meaning in superficial glory. And now he's turned his back on what he truly wants to write for the sake of spinning this infernal novel of lies. Someone needs to bring him back to his senses.
You seem pretty motivated this time around, Inari.
As one who's dedicated his life to art, I simply cannot condone his actions. Now, let us bring this to an end. We'll send the calling card, then wrest the Overlord from his throne.
How rare is it to actually like spawn Spiritomb on my own?
Spiritomb can't spawn on your own until after you complete the Wisp quest.
Oh, is it only that? Okay.
Yeah, and it is a very rare spawn.
That should materialize them. We'll need to decide how we want.
So you have to do a side quest, and there's still no guarantee you'll find it.
So you get one freebie.
Yeah, you get a free catch to get Spiritomb when you complete the quest. But after that quest, if you go back to that location, there is a very low chance Spiritomb can spawn there.
Ah, okay, I understand now.
Just for you to get some of that sweet extra catching points. Ow. It's all this for extra credit for your stinking decks.
You got separated from your mom.
Yep.
Ah, that's stinking Dex.
Damn you,
Fuck the
Lavington.
Pokedex.
Ramso's already here. Hey, it's me. I got a
Fuck
kid
the
who's separated from his
Pokedex.
mom here. Send someone over to look after
It's like serious. So this is what it's like to be a Pokemon professor.
Wow, this is boring.
I went through all this effort just for this. Well, that's why full dex completion. I'm just like, yeah, I'll do this for certain Pokemon. At least I'm almost done with some of them.
At least to get the shiny charm, all you need is 10.
Thank God. Which some would consider enough. It's just that if you get full dex completion, at least it makes it even easier to get a shiny.
Oh wait, so you only need full Dex completion for 10 Pokemon to get the shiny charm?
To get the shiny charm, yeah, it's just to get research level 10.
Mm-hmm.
Not full dex completion.
Oh wait, okay. So you need all of them at rank 10.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, if it was like, you have to complete everything, then I'm like, no, I'm good.
That's what I thought at first, so the information I had was wrong.
Yeah, you told me that, and I'm just like, well, I know I'm not getting the shiny charm for this game.
Well, you know what? New game information still misrepresented.
Well, yeah, it's just that's kind of the thing that happens when you get a new release game.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty set on calling me that, aren't you?
Not everything's going to be perfect the first time.
Nope.
We need a way to guarantee that Natsume will read the
So this is really funny, but did you guys ever see that Breath of the Wild clip that was going around on a couple days ago? It says, saw Japanese text, had a Lionel in Breath of the Wild, expected some ungodly 3-hour-long Devil May Cry combo sequence, received Tom and Jerry episode.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I saw that one because it's, yeah, I retweeted that before. That was funny.
It was.
Yeah, and all it was just seriously, oh, you knock down the Lionel and then you just keep bashing him with a rock.
Here it is, Cole.
You saying you can't do it? Some help the police turned out to be.
Wasn't the deal that you'd cooperate with us?
Not for nothing, it was creative.
Alright, this I gotta see. Let me take a look.
Kids? Alright, it's settled. I will go and prepare the calling card.
Yeah, you got this, Yusuke. That goes for you too, Zenkichi. We'll leave the planning to you.
Am I seriously going to go through with this?
Listen to me.
There is no fucking way that works that well.
I really would love to confirm that that's the case. Only just because of how bullshit it is to fight a Lionel.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably using motion controls. Because you can slam objects down with motion controls in Breath of the Wild.
Is the force actually, like, the force that you swing your arm supposed to make it harder?
Yeah, it's faster. I mean, you could always put up the game and try it out yourself.
Yep, that's always an option.
But do you feel like it?
I'm not really feeling it right now. But hey, that's considering later.
Alright, I'm gonna mute my mic for a second to restart my voice meter program because the time limit's almost out, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Alright.
Alright.
It's 3 wisps remaining.
Oh, you found all but 3?
Yeah, I'm just looking for it in the... Yeah, I only got 3 left here in the marshlands.
Hmm.
I'm also just biding my time to see if I could find, like, any other Pokemon that's in trees or trigger a space-time rift.
Hmm. I'm still so happy I caught that damn Sylveon in the space-time distortion.
Speak of the devil. Cool.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back, Jared.
Yes.
Hey. I am welcome back. Oh, let's... Need to read something? Where is it?
Mr. Natsume.
Good morning. I see there's quite a crowd today as well.
Yes, about that.
What is it?
Yeah, about that. Here, have a calling card. I'm sure that it's fine. I'm sure that nothing bad will happen to you.
Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, it's not like your heart changed or anything.
To the ostentatious swindler, Mr. Ongo Natsume. You are a depraved miscreant who holds others in contempt and steals their work, lining your own pockets all the while. We refuse to overlook the crimes you commit as you wear a false crown. Tonight, we take back the desires you've stolen. Honestly, how stupid can you get?
So I got a question. Do you guys follow Jesse Nowacking?
No?
No, but I know who they are.
They Logan shared this in our private stream chat the other day between me and Zach, and they put out the most bizarre tweet I've ever heard. But it also made me laugh. They compared guys peeing to a QuickTime event.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I'm not kidding. They did. I need to find it. Where is it?
All right, his cognition should be changed now.
Thank you for all your help, Mr.
Okay, I'm gonna post it. Here we go.
Working with us, remember?
As a reward, I'll try to start calling you Zenkichi instead of Gramps from now on. Okay?
Inspector Hasagawa is quite a mouthful.
Yeah, Zenkichi's good, don't you think?
After the lettuce.
You're Zenkichi-san, alright? I'm looking forward to working together, Zenkichi.
Fine, whatever. You've already dragged me along.
The fuck?
Desire should have materialized at this point. It's up to us to take them back and return them to their rightful owners. And in doing so, we'll set his distorted heart.
I see Logan's reply, and it says, "Okay, seriously, what the fuck?"
To what?
The thing that Jared posted in the chat.
Wait, and I can't stress this enough. The fuck.
This is funnier than it should be.
Yeah.
I know. This tweet has been living rent free in my head for the last couple of days, and I can't get it out.
Let's go. We're taking back those stolen desires.
Yeah, Natsume won't know what hit him. Are we there yet? Okay.
Are we there yet?
Hey, what do you think that is? Oh, check out that statue that totally ate it. And hey, doesn't that remind you of how we got to the top in Shibuya? Ready for round 2?
Yusuke. And Sophia.
Great. Looks like the desires materialize.
Go get him, guys.
Yeah, both of them are going to be really useful for this, especially Yusuke.
Mm-hmm. We found the Phantom Ruby.
You certainly took your time, Phantom Thieves. Or should I say, chosen heroes? About time we met, eh, Mr. Overlord?
We're gonna give back all those desires you stole.
Such foolishness! Slightest idea
overlord from Prince of Nightmares.
He certainly gives off that impression. But weren't the fearsome four just dressed like normal people?
Yeah, thinking about it, those guys didn't get much love from the author, did they?
Come all this way, only to fall right into my trap.
You've activated my trap card.
It takes shape solely according to my design. Here, the Overlord rains justice upon the holier-than-thou heroes who would dare brand him as evil.
Hey, people are freaking out today because Retro Studios changed their Twitter banner.
I'll enjoy
They did.
these filthy streams
Yeah.
as you atone for your transgression.
Is it anything special?
It looks like it's Metroid related.
Yeah, that's Samus.
Let's see.
And I guess it's kind of a big deal because Retro Studios doesn't really use their Twitter account.
See, Retro. Oh, yep. Let's see. Retro Studios. Yep, that is indeed Metroid related.
Mm-hmm. They were also hiring for Metroid Prime 4, actually.
Yep.
Which is the most they've tweeted since ever. I wish I would look that up.
Well, people are very excited to see on how Metroid Prime 4 is going to turn out.
Why is Boycott Walgreens trending?
Should I be afraid?
Why are we boycotting Walgreens?
Walgreens made donations to 11 members of the Sedition Caucus in November 2021, breaking the pledge they made after January 6th to indefinitely suspend contributions to members of Congress who objected to the election certification. Ah. Mm-hmm.
Holy crap! A dragon! Be careful, guys. This one's really tough.
He's writing something.
That's a dragon.
That is indeed a dragon. Now, do the AIs change for this one? Like, do they actually like use their like harder forms, or is it just
No.
their same versions?
I think it's their same versions. They just have a lot more health. Because, you know, their levels are scaled with you.
Yep. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Fucking power gods. Hey, well, you're doing well so far.
There goes some of the armor.
Shoot the damn dragon. Cyndaquil!
You found one?
That is not a Cyndaquil, that's a Luxio!
Oops.
You
Son of
got
a-
baited.
Son of a bitch! Okay, fine, we'll kill the other one and then we'll get the Cyndaquil. I think I summoned Ash.
Oh. Luxio is now dead.
Luxio is dead because of collateral damage.
Why is the shiny Shinxlin so adorable looking?
I love them.
Mm-hmm.
They're gold.
They gold.
I like
They-
gold.
He likes gold. Gold is good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Luxio, piss off. I want my son. My other son. Yeah. Sure, reduce my attack damage. It's not like I'm trying not to kill a certain Pokemon here. Okay, that looked really strange.
These are shinies. I don't know if there's an increased spawn rate or shiny rate in the distortion worlds.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
I've only ran into 2 in there.
Yeah, me
Wait.
too. I found my shiny Onyx in there,
Wait.
but that's about it. Alright. Alright, I mean...
oh wait, no. I've... Actually, I think I encountered 4 in there.
True form?
Oh, really?
Looks like it.
2 Octilleries. Oh wait, no. I ran 3. 1 Octillery and 2 Magmars.
It's over.
Oh, nice.
And all of those I found while hunting for just a single Sheldon.
Just needed that there, Sheldon.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
how long I was waiting for him.
That's a rip right there.
That's good enough for you.
Alright, okay. I got the Cyndaquil.
Deception and the brainwashing
Nice.
of others.
Is it female?
Is that truly
No.
what you wanted?
Oh.
Was the real
That's a
reason you started
Floatzel.
writing
That's...
I mean, damn it.
Ah! Don't kill me.
Just like everyone else, read and read all through the night. Hours on end, like my life depended on it. And for what?
Heracross and Driftblim, nope.
For mine. It was just another word from Sogo Natsume's grandson. No one ever acknowledged my effort. My effort? Not my work. Not even me.
Ow.
No matter where I look.
Okay, I did not know when did a Porygon learn Solar Beam, not Solar Beam, Hyper Beam.
Porygon's always been able to use Hyper Beam.
Yeah, well, I didn't know a wild one was able to use Hyper Beam. I almost fucking died. I'm running.
Legends Arceus really loves Hyper Beam spam.
They like Hyper Beam and Giga Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, I like getting body slammed by like the full force of a fucking tank.
You braced yourself, pouring your very soul into your writing, bringing it to your publisher time and time again. I will gladly acknowledge such effort and determination. There are many out there who would give up that. Even those of exceptional skill and creativity. To be able to continuously bring life to new works without giving up, however. That is perhaps the most exceptional talent of all. There was once a time when you kept fighting. That is one part of your career that could never be labeled a fabrication. So start over, Ongo Natsume. Claw your way back up from nothing.
I'm gonna post this in No Mic stream.
There are some things that simply cannot be.
Were you afraid?
Afraid or attacked?
It is because everyone believed in me that I was able to choose the path I walk today. I stopped lying to myself and was able to begin anew. And so it is now my turn to pay it forward. Even if I'm the only one in the world to do so, I will believe in you.
Let's see.
Stupid kid. Talking my damn ear off. But you're right. This identity of mine was built on nothing but lies.
Oh, that I get it. Yeah, yes, functioning.
I'll climb my way back up, and I'll do it on my own strength. I'll write a novel that'll capture the hearts of
Possibly attacked
just like my grandfather before me.
by some folks.
Something I can be proud of. To everyone.
Oh, I saw this earlier. I love that thing you just retweeted about the Legends Arceus art. Legends Arceus is my favorite PMD game.
Yep. Oh yeah, that was great.
What it is I really wanted.
Cage is collapsing. Come on, we're leaving.
I saw that tweet earlier, Jared, and I was like, me. Just me. Me on some days.
Yep. I'm functioning.
How
Yep.
are you? Functional.
Functional. Yeah, I'm just a busted sink.
Just barely holding it together.
Mission complete.
Yeah, that's the definition of hanging in there.
Everyone's desires have been returned yet.
Yeah.
Probably. They all went flying out of the cage after all.
Maybe we should check on the people back in town, just to be safe.
Good idea. That said, jail didn't disappear this time either. Now I'm sure of it. Jails really aren't the same as palaces.
Well, we can worry about it later.
Indeed. Let's go.
No, I'm not releasing the Cyndaquil. Let's see.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's a modest-natured Cyndaquil.
This pun is amazing.
What? I mean, one, that looks fucked up, and two, what?
He's a strange person, Natsume.
It says, "Baby, will you be my wife, Wazowski?"
Wife Wazowski.
Oh my god.
Yusuke said Natsume lost his way because he was alone. Whenever I think about that, I feel restless inside. Even though Natsume hurt a lot of people and was, for some time, one of our enemies. What is this feeling?
Oh my god, I have like the best and worst idea ever when it comes to what I want to do for the post game.
I see.
Oh boy.
So that's why Yusuke saved Natsume. It was because Natsume's reason for doing all those terrible things was really sad. I think I understand understand now. Sadness can hurt people, but it can also save them. It can give humans a reason to support one another. You can count on me. Okay, we should probably get going.
So, you know how I was all excited for the Tanabata festival that's coming
I like how they got rid of that old Pokedex entry for Raichu about the Indian elephant and replaced it with a Kaparaja instead.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, in Legends Arceus, they mentioned Raichu being able to take down a Kaparaja instead of an Indian elephant.
Oh, wow.
Let's see, yeah, someone put this up. In Fire Red, it says its electric charges can reach 100,000 volts. Careless contact can cause even an Indian elephant to faint. In Legends Arceus, it says it can discharge bursts of electricity exceeding 100,000 volts. A single strike with that can amount power that would incapacitate one of the Kaparaja of my homeland.
So that's another confirmation the guy came from Galar as well.
Yeah.
And also, wow, that's some nice fun facts there.
Thank you, everyone.
So, y'all want to know what my idea was?
What? What was your idea, Dean?
My endgame team is going to be all babies.
We'll just have to wait and see how things turn out.
Oof.
So, and what I mean by babies, as in the first form of each Pokemon.
Ah.
So all the starters and the shiny Eevee, a Pikachu, and a Zorua. Time to take over the world with babies. I don't think this idea will last very long.
No comment.
But damn it, I will try.
I've called this press conference to give an announcement, as well as a formal apology. First, my novel, Prince of Nightmares, was recently bestowed the honor of receiving first place in the Sokaisha Awards.
Oh, good.
I have decided.
I released those Pokemon back to the wild. They better appreciate it.
I've also decided to recall all published copies. Not to mention, take the necessary steps to refund everyone's money. I'm sure you all want to know my reasons for doing so. The truth is, my book, Prince of Nightmares.
Wow, all the Pokemon that I caught were alphas except for the Cyndaquil.
Natsume's grandson. In short, the competition.
Sweet, more money in the bank.
In addition,
Money, money, money.
I've also stolen the work of countless other authors, word for word. Lastly, the story I
Oh, now I completed Cyndaquil's Pokedex entry.
but a lie to garner sympathy. This fabrication allowed my book to sell a number of copies it nowhere near deserved. I wish to apologize for
Alright,
this scandal.
I'll take it.
I'll start by personally seeing to it that everyone
Hey, here's a question about the Nintendo Direct that I've never actually asked. We gonna stream Mario Kart when the DLC comes out?
Maybe. I'm interested in playing that.
It's new content.
They're all new content, and who doesn't like Mario Kart?
Mario Kart is fun.
Yep.
I just haven't picked it up in a while.
Me neither, but that's because it's still Mario Kart 8.
Mm-hmm. I played a lot when it first came out on the Switch, but after like 3-4 months, I haven't picked it up.
And I'm like, it's still Mario Kart 8. Like, Mario Kart 8 is fun, but yeah, it's still Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, there wasn't enough new content to really grab me for the long term.
And now it'll all change. We'll have all that sweet, sweet new content.
Now we know where their Smash DLC budget is going.
Yep.
I remember one thing that Zach really wants is Waluigi Pinball, I think is what the stage was called.
Not in the DS game or something. Or was it Wii?
I do not know this. I've never heard of it. I don't know the stage.
It might be Wii. Alright, let's... I want to see how good that these team of babies will do.
I'm still kind of disappointed we got the Wii version of The Force Unleashed.
Yeah, that was still weird. Like, it's worse there because it's like, we know there is an Xbox 360 version.
Yeah, and it's... From what I understand, it's a lot better. That's the only version I've played, though.
The Xbox 360 version or the Wii version?
The 360 version, and I had a fun time with it.
Yeah, I had a good time with that one, too.
It was actually my first dive into Star Wars.
Oh, well, it's a good game to start with.
Mm-hmm. It's not too difficult either.
Yeah, I remember when I first played the game, too. It was, I just rented that from the bookstore, and I got to play Star Wars, even though I had no context for Star Wars.
And I still hardly don't, but I think at this point it's one of those things where you see enough memes of Star Wars where you feel like you get the general picture.
Oh, I know the plot now.
I mean, think of like all the parodies that have come out of Star Wars.
Remember,
Yeah.
I am your father.
Yeah. We already got spoiled on the ending, too, so...
I've seen
Well, technically.
I've seen Spaceballs in the Family Guy parody, so I have a general gist of the story anyway.
I know something about Death Stars, and I think somewhat about fathers were in there.
I have the
And-
high ground.
You underestimate my power.
Don't try me.
Forgive me, I didn't mean to hold you long. We should return to the car as well.
Wait, a group of owls is called a parliament?
It's rad.
That is so weird.
Why Parliament in particular?
I don't know, but why is a group of crows called a murder?
Fair enough. You know what? You got me there. I can't fight against that. It's like that's also fucking weird.
It's metal as fuck.
It is metal.
And that about sums up Natsume's confession.
So once people friended him through Emma, they'd become his fans.
It's just like what Alice said.
Dean, you want to hear something funny?
What's that?
I was watching a video from Hatters, who's a PokeTuber. He was doing a music quiz for Pokemon, and in the music quiz, it was playing the Pewter City. It was playing the Pewter City music, and he said in chat, "If anyone gets this wrong, I'm banning you from chat." And then he got it wrong, thinking it was the Pokemon Center theme.
Oh, what?
Wow.
You thought it was the Pokemon Center theme?
Yeah, but it was the Pewter City. It was the Pewter City theme.
So does he ban himself?
I guess he did.
How do you ban yourself of your own stream?
I mean, Cole bans you from your streams.
Yeah, but that's another person doing that.
He's got a point.
How do I ban myself?
You throw out your router.
Also, hello there, Ashley. I hope you're well tonight.
Oh, hey Ashley, how's it going?
Hi, Ashley.
I'm Pokemonning because I want to train a small group of a small group of Pokemon to take over the world.
Cole has a lot of power, don't forget that.
Oh, fair enough, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Dean has given me too much power.
Unlimited power.
Itty bitty little space.
Dean, you want to hear something funny? Don't listen to my jokes.
I'm investigating on that front as well. Still, we're talking about a major corporation operating on a global scale. You can't just walk.
So I guess we're heading to the next area now.
Yep, the next area would be Okinawa.
Sapporo.
Oh, right. We're not there yet. Why am I jumping 5 hoops?
Dean, I think I know what you're looking forward to, okay?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you found me out.
It's okay, I'm looking forward to it too.
You don't know for sure.
Yeah.
yet. The incidents are similar, but they could just as easily be unrelated.
Guess we'll have to see if
Ow.
incidents have any overlap as well. That's one of the
You know what, Mothims? You deserve this. I'm gonna set you on fire.
then start narrowing things down. For now,
God, I love Cyndaquil.
at scoring a lead.
But don't set them on fire, they're attracted to the light.
Yeah, fair enough. All of my Pokemon can evolve.
Screw that.
Screw you guys. I'm making this this team of metal as fuck babies.
Should be an easy trip with a car.
Baby metal?
Yep.
Target's not even in Japan until then.
Abbies.
Oh, right.
Baby
Wasn't there
farts.
a festival happening around here soon? Sendai's famous for its Tanabata festivals. Lots of good food lined up, too. Or so I hear.
Yes, I did see decorations being put up here and there.
Anyway, I'll see you in 3 days.
Kotaku literally posted a tweet today about Kingdom Hearts fans say the Switch cloud ports suck. You don't say.
Gramps is actually a pretty considerate
Wait, did they literally just say they don't say? You don't say?
No, I said that. Or
Oh, I thought it was just like Kotaku was just deciding to be like very snippy.
No.
But yeah, they suck. So
For multiple reasons.
yeah.
I mean, cloud versions are terrible. They could easily run natively, and we're being ripped off.
Yeah, I'm not spending like I know I've been like playing different versions of Kingdom Hearts games, but no fucking limit.
Are you telling me a 3DS game can't run on the Switch natively? Like Dream Drop Distance?
I mean, yeah, that can run just fine. I don't even think they really changed that much. I mean, I understand 0.2, but not 3D. Hell, they don't even have to include 0.2 if they don't want it.
Mm-hmm. Also, one of the masks in the stand to the far left actually looks like a Moogle.
Oh, I see it. Anabatas get much better into countryside cities. They take over the whole inner city. Nice. They beat God already. Why are they concerned about anything? Well, I mean, they had to start from scratch. So, again, Sendai is a pretty big, and they're not a major city. It is pretty awesome.
Sorry for the wait. Lady Han, you look absolutely gorgeous.
Simp.
Thanks, Morgana. Sorry, tying the obi took quite some time.
If it isn't the simp of the Phantom Thieves.
If it isn't the Simps.
I still remember when Zach was telling us that Logan popped off at that part.
If it isn't the Simps. Excellent.
Simpsons predicted it.
Yep.
Yellow's a good match for this season. I bought a water balloon myself. You gotta get one when you go to a festival.
I think I remember hearing long ago that originally Futaba's hair was going to be black like her mother's, and just hearing that is weird. To imagine Futaba with black hair.
Oh yeah, I think that's actually a texture mod that some of the Blender community did.
She look alright with it?
Yeah, she looks pretty okay.
It's hard for me to imagine Futaba with black hair after seeing her with orange hair for the longest time now.
Yeah.
Why don't we check out the food stands and
I think the art book actually implies that Futaba dyes her hair.
I remember hearing that
Really?
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Remember that. Yoink.
Yeah, let me grab it and take a quick look. Give me a sec.
Oh yeah, you have the big book.
Yes, I do have the big book of art.
Feels as if we're forgetting the spirit of Tanabata.
I don't know what type quillfish is.
Fish.
Oh, fish type. Got it. Oh, hey, Oshawott is just swimming.
Okay, let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Joker, Ryuji on. Let's see. Yusuke.
Well, apparently quillfish is not a water type. What? Quillfish, not a water type.
I understood that reference.
Makoto.
Catching goldfish seems difficult. Is there some sort of secret to catching one? Try to stay
Yohana.
Sendai's like if you blended all of Tokyo and Yokohama and then strained it into a few 100,000 people city. Oh wow.
That's impressive, Mako-chan. I see. We'll get it next time.
As a social recluse, Futaba was initially intended to have black hair, but I suggested changing her hair color to orange. Futaba doesn't dye her hair as a fashion statement, it's more akin to a manic urge or fetish, like someone who has had a ton of piercings in their ears or nose. I wanted Futaba to dye her hair out of personal preference, along the same lines as on in her tights.
Oh.
Another reason I chose orange as a hair color was because dark hair could present a negative image, as if the character shuts herself indoors because she's lazy or she's running away from something. She's the kind of girl who would suddenly dye her hair just because she felt like it, to everyone else's surprise. I wanted to present Futaba as a character with that sort of awkward uniqueness who ends up isolating herself from the rest of society because of those same qualities.
I love that point that it said it's just like like she's running away from something, and it's just like, well, she technically was.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, both are valid, I'd say.
I had the glasses planned from the very beginning. Futaba wears glasses because her eyesight is bad from staring at a monitor all day. Hashtag relatable.
Relatable.
But also out of a
We all
desire to
wear
hide
glasses.
her face from others.
Let me get this straight. This guy's
What?
We all wear glasses.
Yeah, we all have shit eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Suppose we'll find out at the lecture tomorrow morning.
Guess break time's over. Time to get back to work.
Alright, I'm gonna go put the art book back.
No problem.
Bye-bye, art book.
As you all know, life is just an ongoing series of daily decisions. What's for breakfast? What should
But yeah, a lot of folks took that takeaway as Futaba having naturally black hair and she just dyes it orange.
to decide your field of study, your place of employment, who you're going to marry.
That is interesting.
Yes, people are always looking for
I never would have thought about that. But hey, that's why it's fun to think about, like, what did artists think about during their planning phases.
Oh, definitely.
I always like going into, what led them to make this decision?
Mm-hmm. Yee.
And usually it sometimes comes down to, I just like this, man.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got things like color, contrast, appearance, things like wanting to represent something, and then you're just like, because they look neat.
I just think it's neat.
I just think it's neat.
I remember seeing a behind the development scenes for God of War 3 and why Poseidon why the boss in that one has like a bunch of horses for his boss fight, and apparently Poseidon is also the god of horses, so they implemented that into some of his design when designing the boss. I thought that was interesting.
Remember when asked about the female character designs in Nier Automata, Yoko Taro just said, "Because I like it."
I just like it, man.
I just like it.
It's their robots. I just like it.
This looks cool. I like it.
I don't know. But do you remember how even the monarchs themselves didn't know much about Emma?
That's right. Alice and Natsume said the same things in their testimonies.
And if that's the case, then the monarchs might not be the only ones manipulating Emma.
Which means it could be someone at Medivh.
Or our mystery observer.
Or our head honcho down there.
I've been staring at computers all my life and have above average vision. What the fuck? You were lucky, Ashley.
Oh, I call that blessed.
Yeah, that is blessed. I've been wearing glasses since I was 10 years old.
I've been wearing mine since I was 12.
I mean, bad eyesight kind of runs in my family. Both my mom and dad were also nearsighted, and so were my grandparents.
Yeah, and I grew up with the Game Boy Advance. I stared at screens all my life.
I think I have been wearing glasses since I was about 16.
Well, he didn't exactly say anything out of the ordinary. Then again, I wouldn't expect him to trip up that easily.
Well, I'm starving, so maybe we should just head back? That guy was talking for friggin' ever.
Hey, starving!
Was all of that true?
Hey, it's Ichinose.
Yep. You know, in retrospect, this feels like a turning point, I guess.
You're the woman from the beef tongue restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, at least in the looking back on this game's plot, yeah, this is kind of a turning point. Also, I forgot to mention this, but we just saw Tony Stark briefly.
Yeah.
He's fucking Tony Stark.
I have heard the comparisons that he looks like Tony Stark.
He looks like Tony Stark. He's famous like Tony Stark. He's not as arrogant as Tony Stark, but he's very much Tony.
This place will be closing up soon. Let's talk more outside. Wow! To think you guys are the famous Phantom Thieves! Come on now, don't try to hide it. When you guys mentioned Alice and Natsume, I imagine you were referring to Alice Hiragi and Ango Natsume from the press conferences, yes? Is it safe to assume those were your doing? Oh, and what was that about Emma giving people access to jails? Oh, is that related to everyone's hearts getting changed? She heard everything.
Can we ask what you're doing here, Ichinose-san?
She knows everything.
Didn't I? I'm a researcher at the university.
Oh, that's right.
I'm also the one who designed the base for Emma.
You made the base?
I didn't tell you. I specialize in the research and development of artificial intelligence. He definitely didn't hear about that. Around the time I finished developing Emma, Medivh came to me with an offer to buy it. I was actually pretty tight on money at the time, so I went ahead and sold it.
Is this lady for real?
For real?
By the way, that's why Medivh is participating in the lecture today. Well, to be more accurate, the university asked me to reach out to them. I certainly didn't expect the CEO himself to show up, though. I only got invited because of my little connection with the company. Anyhow,
For real?
being there to overhear everything.
You?
Oh, it is that game. God damn it.
Well, they're definitely the ones.
Yeah, this is Persona 5, Dean.
Yep, it is.
I just designed the base. Who knows what Medivh did once I sold it to them? So you know all about Emma then, right? Naturally. It's like my baby, you know. And at the
You haven't been performing well, that's why you'll only get a tiny but Christ, man, get your job to get. Wait, what?
Never would have expected this turn of events.
Do you think she's telling the truth about designing Emma?
said that the CEO of Matisse came to personally give a lecture. If she's the one who made it happen, doesn't that mean she has a lot of influence?
This is true. And let's not forget the university asked her to attend the lecture.
What should we do? She could probably tell us a lot about Emma.
Not to mention she knows who we are now. What do you think?
This film sucked. What the fuck?
Huh?
Huh?
Sorry, I'm playing this thing that I found that one of the games that Ashley sent me, and I'm like, why?
Find out what we can. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
It's settled then. We'll tell her everything.
I if I play any more of this, I don't know what'll happen. So
It'll consume you.
I'll just be surprised later. These are all gonna make for interesting streams, I guarantee it. He had a lot of Stark-like qualities. Hiroshi Mitani is called the Japan's Elon Musk. You know what? I believe it. At least you didn't have to go to the horse meat restaurant? What?
Huh?
That's a thing? I don't think I like that.
At least we don't gotta go through the trouble of convincing her.
Ichinose-san, do you have any idea why Emma is serving as an entry point to the jails?
No, couldn't tell you. I'm surprised this other world even exists. There's no way I could have thought of a way to get in if I didn't even know it existed to begin with.
Yeah, that figures. Wait, so that means the function was added later?
A world where people's desires are stolen and their hearts are changed. So many questions. Oh, wait. Maybe I should be heartbroken here. My baby is being used for evil after all.
Sure, let's help each other out.
Yeah, friends.
I'd be glad to help however I can. And I can't say I don't feel kind of responsible for all of this. More than anything, though.
Sure, let's be friends. I wonder what confidant she would actually be.
What do you need me to look into? Say the word and I'm on it.
Right. Well, for starters, we'd like you to find whatever you can about Emma's current state. Maybe try and figure out how it's different from the base you created.
I see. Basically, you'd like to know the secret behind this new version of Emma. And if someone's responsible, you want to know who.
Oh, hey! We found some of those mystery junk parts out there, didn't we? Maybe if she takes a look at them, we'll learn more about that world.
Ooh, so you're gonna give me a bunch of neat stuff to analyze? Yes, that's excellent. Just wonderful. In fact, I'll even buy
Oh yeah, I think they're all available on the eShop. Well, I know two of them are. But I think every game under Project Rainfall is available for digital download on the Wii U eShop.
Oh, really?
I know
Hey, Zach.
Xenoblade 1 is, and I know Pandora's Tower is.
Hi, Zach.
Is Mr. Zachary Taylor here?
Hello.
Hi, Zach.
There we go.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's Zachary here.
Zach is here.
Hey, y'all. Zach here.
Oh, that's why I'm not able to control it.
This is Sophia?
So, Persona.
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 Zachary Taylor Thomas. Our Mr. President.
Hiroshi Mikitani is called Japan's Elon Musk. Is that a is that a good thing? I don't think
Is
so.
that a bad thing? Probably. Is that a good thing? I don't think so.
Also, she looks cute.
Yeah, Ichinose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her.
I can't. I don't know what is with like seeing the name Ichinose. I just see it a lot. I see it a lot, and no matter how many times I see it, I always think Itchy Nose.
Itchy Nose.
Guess that takes care of that.
I'm immature. Good night. Have a good night there, Night Shroud.
Have a good night.
So, I found something out today. It's with Persona. Chihaya, isn't the only one that can actually, reject you.
There's another person that can reject you?
2 other people.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Tai can.
Tai
reject you?
Yeah, Tai Takemi and Oya.
Of course the fucking adults would do that.
Yep. Surprisingly not.
I'm
Surprisingly,
a teacher, and you're my student. But that's the best part.
Surprisingly, Kawakami can't. Won't.
That's like, I swear to fucking Christ, that is literally like the best response.
I picked that response because it's so funny. That's the best part. I love how, like, with Chihaya, there's like a flag for a romance. It requires inner rank 8 for you to pick the hell yeah I am with the if you're interested in an older woman. That's the flag.
Are you into older women? Hell yeah, I am.
Yeah. Are you interested in older women? Hell yeah, I am. Love it.
In that case,
Also, Cole.
Yep.
Whoa. I saw you retweeted something earlier. Apparently Amazon did something to Comixology.
Yeah, the whole entire site got I know this more from Max because he's the big comic guy. But I guess I guess when Amazon bought Comixology, a little while later today they folded the website and now it redirects to Amazon itself. And apparently there is a noticeable lack of features in the Amazon webpage that Comixology lacked. I mean, there's a noticeable lack of features on the Amazon page that Comixology had, including like zooms and full screen options.
Yikes.
Yikes indeed. I feel bad for Max, honestly.
Yeah, that's like so bad because it was like the best place to legally read comics, for at least where I could tell.
Yeah, like Max put up like a whole fucking thread. And I read
Yeah.
the whole thing, and it's like, that's just fucked up.
Yikes. That's so bad.
That's true. We were in the camper all day.
It's mostly a neutral thing. He's a super successful guy who launched Japan's Amazon analog and has philanthropy and development of new businesses. Huh, okay. Interesting.
Speaking of like a website changing and getting rid of features, I don't know if this is true, but I have been hearing that Facebook and a few other sites have been, I don't know why, but like reducing on the amount of like astrology content that's out there. Like getting rid of it or something. I'm like, why?
Oh, yeah, some people get really, really big into the horoscope shit to the point of it being kind of unhealthy. There's also a lot of false... Right, now I remember. People who get... Some folks who get really involved in the astrology stuff tend to end up getting scammed through it.
Oh.
Ah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's unfortunately like one of those rabbit holes you do gotta be careful with. But it's yee.
through a lot, Sophia.
You mean it? That makes me happy. And I do want
Like the pyramid schemes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I do enjoy astrology as much as the next person, but I get kind of but it's I get kind of iffy when you get those like pay so and so amount of money for your love reading or to find your soulmate or shit.
No thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hang in there, Makoto. Sapporo's just a stone's throw away. I hear you. Hokkaido sure is vast, isn't it?
Fast enough to call it huge, Kaido, by my reckoning.
It's supposed to be a lot cooler up here.
I shouldn't be surprised by that, but some of that was kind of expected, but that's still sad nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. You can literally make a scam out of anything.
Yeah.
Just make sure you keep the nudity inside the tent, please.
So this is
Woo, Sapporo!
a bustling outpost of
Woo!
civilization by the untamed.
Haru love.
You know it.
Seriously that dumb?
So are you doing, Zach?
It's cooler here than Tokyo.
Oh, I'm doing good.
That is good.
I'm playing more Persona 5 Royal.
Did you screw over Logan with wrestling again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was more like a combination from me, Ashley, and Mech.
Oh, really?
Were you guys being? Are you guys? Were all three of you guys being, as he puts it, ass wipes?
Yeah, we did a fart apocalypse.
Fart apocalypse.
Fart apocalypse.
Yes, fart apocalypse.
You could have reversed his controls again.
Surprisingly, well, here's the thing. I didn't do that, but Ashley did.
Oh.
It's just as the data says. Cats hate getting it. Don't lump me in with those other furballs. I demand you give your data a full rewrite. I'd like to try it that. Would someone mind bringing this phone in?
Wouldn't the hot water, like, wreck it? Along with you inside?
I'm sure we can work out the details. Now, Sophia, will you guide us there?
Fart apocalypse made him do no swear, immediately tricked him into swearing, reversed his controls, put him in Chill's boat.
All in one match.
That's amazing. Request!
More requests for us to do. And welcome to Sapporo.
The town in this game where I was like, okay, hang on, guys, I'll be there for movie night. Just let me do more. Yeah, and that was why I was late to Pirates.
Yar. Yo ho ho.
Yar har fiddly.
Pirates like for me.
Like Pixie. Shibuya Jail. The Forgotten Desires one.
I tried to hold back from laughing so hard my ribs still hurt. Well,
yep.
I gotta see that.
I'll
Logan's
be
reaction to it all.
Yeah, I'll be RB.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
Oh.
Fairy and Clefable are supposed to be in this game, but I haven't found them yet. They post game only?
Oh, Clefairy and Clefable?
Yeah, aren't they in this game?
Yeah, they're nighttime spawns.
Oh, where?
It's in an area. I don't know the exact location, but it's they are in the Cornet Highlands.
Oh, okay. Surprised I haven't found them yet. I didn't expect a Togepi as aggro, but okay.
That's one angry egg.
Angry egg, oh no.
I think I see something over there. This should be useful, huh?
That's not where I want to go. City 705. Is it the park?
Something here's calling to me.
Nope. Is there anything that says not teleporting where I need to be? Maybe you can track down the desire.
We need to beat up Ango Natsume again.
Yeah, okay, I'm getting this mixed place with something else. I thought this was the mission where you have to get where it's a stealth mission, but no.
You don't get those until very later.
Okay, then that was my fault then.
Yeah, I think that you get those when you unlock Osaka.
Huh.
Or at least that's when they start showing up.
Okay.
Yeah, my least favorite type of missions, honestly.
They're not that bad once you figure out that you can actually just shoot them with Joker, and then you're fine to just encounter them.
Yeah, I know it's fine. It's just that I don't know. I just plain don't like trying to do like this stupid platforming thing, especially when it involves the spotlights.
Oh yeah, those are the worst.
Like those ones I don't like,
Yeah.
especially the one that takes place in Osaka.
Yeah, that I agree with you.
Like, if it's just avoiding the enemies, that's fine, but if it's like the platforming segments and where you have to, especially the 2D ones, like this one right here, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm no fan. No fan.
Angy. Very angy.
Like, it fucking sucks, and where you're trying to do that, and then you just immediately fuck up, and then you have to do all that mission all over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you, dude. I understand that pain too.
Yep. Let's see, Excisor and yeah, should be okay. Bob, you will be the best Oshawott in the world. No, you're not going to evolve Aloysius. What do you think you are? What do you think you're doing? No.
No.
No. Bad. Bad. Naughty.
Like a walk in the park. Okay, let's keep it moving.
No, I'm good. Okay.
So you went all the way back to Shibuya?
Yeah, I gotta do a mission.
Is it the... You have to go all the way back to the garbage area?
It's delivering the Lost Desires, which they said it was in the underground area.
Oh, this one, yeah.
This was over before it began. Good job, everyone.
Take this! This fight is ours. Let's go. Take this! Take this! Here I thought they'd put up a fight.
Here in our way. Let's move them aside.
Holy balls, my blade. It's over.
Persona.
That was almost too easy. Persona, take this.
Here goes.
You're mine.
Sit in their ranks. Stay on the offensive.
An easy win, don't you think? Here's hoping the next one's just as easy.
And there's the Desire.
Yep.
I think that's the only one for Shibuya.
I
Sendai,
believe
Sendai. Yep.
so.
Okay, we can leave.
I think I finally get the appeal of Rowlet.
Really?
Yeah, I think I get it now.
Oh, what have you discovered?
My revelation is that bird's fucking adorable.
He is adorable.
Yeah.
The way that he waddles around, like, it's actually kind of cute. Especially how he just turns over to you. Yeah, I think I get it now.
I don't understand the appeal to Rowlet. He's an owl. He's round. Oh wait, I get it.
Oh wait, I get it now.
It's like,
Wait, it makes
oh,
sense to
that's-
me now. I get
Oh, that's
it.
why.
He's so adorable.
Yeah, because at first I was just kind of like, what's the big deal with it? It's just an owl. And then I finally have one. And I'm like, dude.
I literally picked Rowlet just on cute factor alone. Just going to openly admit that.
I don't blame you
Mhm.
at all. Like look, Legends Arceus picked like 3 winners and then kind of rolled with that. So oh, already? That's time distortion. Okay. Well, yeah.
Nice.
I wonder what spawns over at the Cobalt Coastlands, because I don't think I've really been through the space-time distortions here.
There's an exclusive that you'll need for the next.
Ah, Spiritomb. Fuck yeah.
In Kobo, if you don't have it already, that's how you get the Magneton.
Here's what I found. Are you double checking the request? Good job.
Oh, is that where they spawn?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Sophie's Armor Shop, defeat Orthus. Orthus and Hypixie.
Forgot.
Are you double checking the request? Sendai.
Like, the repetitive dialogue definitely does show up a lot in this game, but I don't know, I kind of find it funny in some instances. Especially
Mostly
Sophia's.
Yeah, especially Sophia.
Thank you for your patronage.
Here's what I found. Mission
I
accomplished.
remember one of my favorite quotes from her is like, "You're buying a lot." I'm like,
There's a
yes, I'm buying a lot of food. I need it.
There's a sale happening. I'll fight Natsume first.
We're here. So, what do?
I think I haven't done like any space-time distortions related to the Cobalt Coastlands Coronet, the Coronet one, or the Alabaster one. Alabaster, especially.
You've done the Coronet ones because that's the only place where Sheldon spawns.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, you're right. Is there? Can I get the other starter from there? I don't remember. I don't know where you get Rowlet.
Rowlet is Highlands.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Didn't need to, but I made a Jack Frost build with just Blessing Curse skills.
Nice. I mean, it works, and I think that Jack Frost has some decent magic to him. Unless you maxed him out.
I think I did max him out.
Well, he's already good then. Leave out out of all Pokemon, Beautifly is the one that aggroes.
You think it would be Dustox that aggroes and Beautifly is timid?
Yeah, but instead it's both. I didn't think that that they would be considerably territorial, but I don't know. I didn't consider Paris to be territorial, and look what happens.
We need to sit down and have a talk about Paris, because what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, seriously, Paris. Where'd all these anger issues come from, man?
Oh my god.
Do they need to talk?
Paris, do we need to have a conversation?
Just please lay down. We'll talk about it. Oh no! He's mad.
Oh no, Angie! Now his armor is going off. Oi.
You could see his underwear.
Yep. Lewd.
Oh my.
Oh my, how lewd.
Let Yusuke finish it off.
Yep, only makes sense.
Let's go.
Everything's been revealed. How lewd.
Oh yeah, I just gotta beat him. I don't need to strike any weaknesses.
Yeah, you're fine.
It was High Pixie, I think, and there was one more. High Pixie and Orthus. Those are pretty common. Actually, both of those are pretty common.
I don't think you, yeah, I don't think it would be that hard to find them.
Nah, it won't.
There we go. Space-time distortion happens. Give me all them shards. Need money.
Money, money, money.
Okay. That's Magneton. That's Kadabras.
Everything's been revealed. All will be revealed.
Ooh, this may be relevant to my interest.
Those are slimes. No. I think this is it. Right here. Oh, my back.
Okay, where to next?
That is also slime.
Oh.
I don't want a slime.
That is slime. Oh, moonstone.
Like a walk in the park. Okay, let's
Oh.
Here I go. Engaging the enemy.
You're mine. Let's go.
That a Magnezone?
Yeah.
Okay, found it. Found a Magnezone. Set it on fire! Nice. Wait, Pokemon I haven't caught yet.
There's one of them done for the Orthus. Just gotta find High Pixies. slithering snake woman.
My, oh dude.
Or a Lamia.
Mm-hmm.
Here's hoping the next one takes it. Take him out. Quick and free. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Sweet, we got him.
Let's go on ahead. Shadow sighting. No holding back.
Right, let's go.
Let's go.
Where are the damn high pixies? There they are. I'm gonna recover my health. And life drain. And it's all back.
They had their heads up their asses. What else can I say?
Good stuff, guys. Keep it coming. Shadow as far as I know. Keep it moving.
We're done with the request.
Nice.
Gotta get out of here. I can't jump off there, really.
Think they're onto us. Be more alert from now on.
Nah.
Oh man, no.
Thor had to retreat. Make sure she gets first aid.
Let's go. Ravage them.
That's me just now.
Jet toss. Take Thor.
Perhaps I should be taking notes. I will handle this.
On the way. Don't let up, people.
Ravage them. Strike. Let's go. Yoshitsu. Hyper. Lucifer. Lucifer. You're mine. Ravage them. It's over.
That's a win.
Let's keep moving ahead, shall we?
Safe.
No more dungeon crawling? Then let's skedaddle. Get to work.
So the other day I found this Twitter account that literally advertised itself to be perfect for me.
What's that?
One of the posts I saw was, I'm an up and coming VTuber with my first debut coming soon. I like Xenoblade and drawing art of best girl Mia.
Oh, nice.
Are you double checking?
The acquired taste.
Mm-hmm. Cultured.
Mission accomplished.
Yes,
This is the request.
that's everything.
Nice.
Now we can proceed with plot.
Hey there.
Wow, I almost naturally had collected every single medicinal leaf that woman needed. All
So
100
close.
of them.
Do you think Kaho-chan will like these?
I do. She'll say, "Thank you for the pretty flowers."
If only heaven wasn't so far away, then maybe I could see her.
Did something happen over there?
They're leaving flowers. Maybe somebody passed away.
Now that you mention it, I do recall there was an accident on the news. Something about a snow sculpture collapsing in Odori Park. It ended up taking a young girl's life. Maybe that was where it happened.
I can only imagine the sorrow her family must be suffering.
Yeah. What's wrong? Are we not taking a bath anymore?
Iporo.
Let's go.
We gonna take a bath?
Oh boy.
Hang on, I want to go to the vending machines.
This is paradise.
I'll say, the heat has crept into my bones. I've learned a valuable lesson on this journey. Sometimes you simply need to enjoy being naked.
And that means what exactly? Anyways, it's nice having a bath like this all to ourselves. Can't get that at home.
What's more,
Sometimes you just need to simply enjoy being naked.
take proper measures to recover our strength and stamina.
Yes,
What a
Yusuke.
quote.
Are those CGI? What cheat codes did you use to get those? Dieting life hacks? You're so skinny, yet...
Could you stop drawing attention to me? Go bother Haru instead. Hers are no different.
Stop it!
Haru, not bad. These could knock someone flat. Could you please keep it down? Remember, it's not only us in here.
Aw, thanks. I've been really working these abs. Wait, what? Man, this water feels great. Morgana really should have been here.
Sophia might like it as well, though being corporeal may pose.
Oh yeah, oh thanks. I've been really working on these. Wait, what?
Damn it, I just realized my microphone was unplugged.
Oh. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I was just I was like looking good, Ryuji. So like Jared picking that was just a happy accident. Ashley also says everything has finally been revealed. How lewd.
Yeah, appropriate for here.
Mm-hmm.
grows deeper still.
Not sure I can comment on that, but I do know Sophia gets along with all of us. Gets me thinking she might not need to worry about all that hard stuff.
That is indeed a logical conclusion, particularly for a sentient program. Understanding the heart would certainly prove helpful.
Yeah, what you said. She seems pretty dead set on it, too.
If that's what Sophia has decided, we should lend her our full support. She is our precious ally, after all.
True enough. She could use all the help she can get.
You know, I love how Yusuke, during more serious moments, definitely has his good insights, and then he's just like, I spent all this money on lobster. I spent all my money on lobster. Now I don't have any money for food.
We're in Hokkaido, as you may recall. It would be a sin to forego its fresh dairy offering.
What do you think happened to the lobster?
What if he kept it as a pet?
I mean, he probably did. Wait, didn't he buy 2 of them? Or did he just buy 1?
I think he bought 2.
Hmm.
If he kept it as a pet, how could he afford to feed it?
Don't ask questions you're not prepared to hear the answer for.
Okay. They fought to the death and one ate the other.
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
It's some Highlander shit.
No problem. Glad I could be of service.
I noticed you guys were pretty quiet.
You have a phone call from Zenkichi.
Some people in Japan keep lobsters and crayfish as pets. Oh.
Well, I can believe that. I just don't trust Yusuke to be able to take care of a companion.
Zenkichi's gonna meet us? Then let's go be ready for it.
Secret meeting with Zenkichi.
Let's talk about the Monarch of Sapporo. Our suspect's name is Mariko Hyodo. Oh, and wait for it. She's the mayor of Sapporo Central.
Our target's a mayor? No way! Wouldn't that make her the most influential person in Sapporo?
How could someone like that be a monarch?
I'm assuming she has connections within the force, so it may be unwise to provoke her.
How'd you find out she's the one?
Because everybody's suddenly in love with her.
Their parents make them do it. Oh, okay. Sometimes they get a turtle and have to keep that one. Their parents make them do it. Oh, okay.
So she got crazy popular out of
My aunt had I remember growing up, she had a pet turtle.
Oh, one of my coworkers actually has like 2 turtles, and from what I understand, she's apparently had them for like decades.
Oh wow!
They live long lives.
Not to mention the elections coming up. It's all too convenient. Rumor has it, Hyodo wants to expand her political influence to the national level. PubSec's been investigating that.
I like turtles.
I like turtles. I like turtles.
Turtles is also good.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo. And that's where you come in.
It is suspicious, I will admit.
But
It's
we
sus.
need a keyword to confirm whether she's a monarch or not.
That won't be a problem. She's already referenced Emma several times in her speeches, meaning there's a good chance she's been announcing her keyword in public.
So you're saying we can find out her keyword if we go see her speak?
Very likely, yes. In fact, Hyodo's going to be in Suzushino on the 10th making a speech. Since it's close to the election, the crowds may well be in the thousands.
That's a grip.
If she is indeed changing people's hearts, then perhaps this is no surprise.
Is something wrong, Haru?
No, it's just... It's hard to explain. Mariko Hyodo. The name seems familiar somehow.
I mean, she is the mayor of town. Maybe you've heard her name on TV.
Possibly. Sorry, let's put that aside for now.
Whatever you do, don't try and contact her directly. I'm saying this to keep you safe. It'll be a downright pain in the ass if she finds out we're onto her. I suggest you enjoy your leisure time until the day of the speech.
Hey, should we tell him what happened with Ichinose-san? She's an important part of our investigation now. All right.
You two have something you want to share? You made a deal with the inventor of Emma? Wait, hold on. That's Kuon Ichinose, you said? Where have I heard that before? Right, she was on my report. Ichinose is the one who wrote Emma from scratch. Were you looking into her? I was looking into Medusa.
Ashley says, my friend has her grandfather's pet tortoise he got in Africa illegally. He snuck it into Japan in his pocket as it was a baby, but it grew to be about 40 kilograms. She played with him, so her grandfather thought she liked him, so he bequeathed Kameto to her. The tortoise is older than her. He's an 88-pound, chill, 37-year-old tortoise I sometimes take care of when she goes out of town.
Oh.
Yeah, they can live for a very long time.
She does sound like a valuable source of info. I really want you guys to be more careful about this operation. I'm trusting you guys a lot by sharing all this class.
How long can they live?
So I'd prefer you
so years.
behind my back.
I think in captivity they can live to be over a century.
Good. And besides,
Wow.
be your go-to guy for help? Seeing you guys run off making confidants left and right makes me feel like a lonely old man.
Are you trying to gain our trust or get attention?
Hate to say it, Gramps, but we do shit on our own because your help only gets us so far.
What? It's not my fault I'm not an expert on all this cognitive mumbo-jumbo. And would it kill you to ditch the Gramps? I'm as fly as any one of you kids. At least say something. I don't need your pity.
You're the one bringing it up.
Never mind that. Point is,
Or Gramps.
there's a speech on the 10th, and I'm counting on you to be there.
I wish there was something we could do until then. I'm not a fan of waiting.
What else can we do but be prepared and keep ourselves in top condition?
It's like Zenkichi said earlier. Let's enjoy our leisure time and make the most of our trip.
Hey, since we're in Hokkaido, we should shout out on seafood.
I hear Hokkaido soup curry is also not to be missed.
I'd like to visit the former government office. Their flowers are supposed to be breathtaking. Okay, then I'll set a route that takes us to each of those destinations.
Thanks, Sophia. The directions are all yours tomorrow. Check it out. It's actually pretty.
I weightlift and he's hard to get in and out of the shower. 88 pounds is not too bad, but he feels heavier.
An important cultural property.
Simply marvelous. There's a stillness and symmetry here that ignites.
He's a sulcata. Sulcata tortoises live to 60 to 70.
How many kinds of flowers do you think there are?
If you give him a tomato, you have to hold it or he'll just keep pushing it with his nose. Aw, that's adorable.
How could you overlook this? Ma'am, I'm so sorry. It's just this summer's been much hotter than last year.
Spare me your excuses. This flower bed is one of the city's main points of attraction. Have you forgotten you work for the most powerful woman in Sapporo Central? Perhaps you won't for much longer.
Please, no! I'll do anything to fix this.
You can keep your eyes glued to these flowers around the clock for all I care. Just do not let this happen again.
Then that's what I'll do, Mayor. Jeez, that's one scary lady.
Oh, hold on. Did he just call her mayor?
Oh, are you all here for sightseeing? I'm sorry you had to witness such unprofessional behavior from our staff during your visit.
Oh, no.
Could it be? You're Haru-chan.
Huh?
Of course you wouldn't recognize me. You were tiny the last time I saw you. It's me, Mariko Hyodo. Your father, President Okumura, was a very good friend of mine.
Hyodo? She's the mayor?
Okay, guys, don't panic. Oh, could it be your Mari-san?
Yes, yes. Oh, that lifts my heart. It's been ever so long.
Haru, do you know this lady?
Yes, of course I do. She used to come visit me back when I was little. Mari-san was one of my father's clients. They used to go golfing all the time, and she'd always keep me company when I
Yay,
was
golfing.
lonely.
Yay.
Golf.
You got that right.
Haru-chan, I'm so sorry about what happened to your father.
Oh no. Thank you for your concern.
Well, if there's anything that's been troubling you, you know that I'm here for you with open arms.
I appreciate you saying that, but I'm okay. I have good people managing my company, and I'm working hard to finish my degree. And while I'm grateful to be surrounded by such wonderful people, I still have to walk on my own 2 feet.
Haru-chan, my, how you've grown.
Mari-san, I'm not a little kid anymore.
Oh, please forgive me. It seems my emotions.
Man, I should probably go ahead and get to sleep. I got work tomorrow.
Oof.
Yeah, it is almost 2:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Oh, fuck, it is.
Mm-hmm.
To make Sapporo a beautiful and worthwhile destination for all. Don't just stare at the ground. Replace these hideous flowers at once.
I'm on it!
Goodness. The moment I turn away, they all start slacking off. I'm sorry you had to see it. Now, as much as I'd like to keep chatting, there are preparations to be done. This election has kept me busy night and day.
The
Do let me know if
elections.
there's any way I can help you.
Sorry to be so blunt, but she seems really two-faced.
Mari-san, you used to be so kind to everyone.
You think maybe she's not the monarch we're after?
No, we just saw her go apeshit on that guy. Normal
Oh, I'm seeing. I'm seeing the trend now on Twitter. Boycott Walgreens.
Yes, I'm fine. Just a little surprised.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, and sorry I didn't get her
Mhm.
keyword. I was preoccupied.
Yeah, it's like we discussed. We'll hear it when she makes her speech.
Makoto's right. Our chance will come. For today, let's go around asking for rumors on Hyodo and make that our objective. Yes. I'd like to find out what changed her.
I'm going to assume Zach is doing his diabetic stuff right now.
Or sleeping.
Yeah, I'd say so.
What did Walgreens do? What did Walgreens do? I cut myself off from Twitter. You are, well, first off, Ashley, you're very, very smart.
Yeah,
Okay.
seriously.
Okay, go ahead, Cole.
Apparently they donated to some people in... Shit, I actually don't remember. It's related to a donation that they did after promising not to donate to people who were involved in the riots at the Capitol last year.
There were folks that were donating to that?
Huh?
There were folks that were donating to that?
There's people that exist that are like that.
Alright,
Walgreens
cool.
busted making campaign donations to 11 members of the Republican Sedition Caucus, breaking the pledge that it made after Trump's January 6th insurrection to suspend contributions to Congress members who tried to steal Biden's win.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense for them to boycott, I mean. But
Yeah.
you could donate to those people? Apparently, I didn't even know this before.
Well, not really to the people specifically who stormed the Capitol buildings, but members of the Republican Party who allegedly endorsed it. Because of the whole, when Biden won the election, a lot of them were calling it fraud, even though it was analyzed so heavily that it's not possible that it could have happened.
So that's a yikes from me, dog.
Yeah, basically Walgreens donated to caucus members who endorsed Trump's statements about the election being fraud. The thing is that because you can actually donate through your work, apparently, for certain elections and stuff, it's hard to tell exactly what parts of the company were donating and which parts were actually just the workers. So, go fucking figure.
Go figure.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm closing Twitter again.
Yeah, go ahead. No problem. I had enough of internet for one day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be surprised if CVS also gets called for boycott on this too. Eventually. Just saying.
Ugh. So they only got off inciting a violent mob because it was post ex facto? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Alpha Gudra?
Was it an Alpha Gudra?
There was an Alpha Gudra somewhere in the the Coronet Highlands. That's a key spawn. Oh, hey, Gabite. Or Gibble.
100%.
Gibble.
Protesting is everyone's right. Organizing a violent mob who causes damage is definitely not covered in the Constitution.
I don't think angry mob is written in the Constitution, so...
Yeah, I think that Legal Eagle actually did a video regarding the legal rights of the people who were involved in storming the Capitol building, actually, when it happened. I don't remember the video too well, other than that it was very interesting to listen to.
I'll have to take a look at that video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but I know not its true nature.
Oh, Jawbray did a video on Belle Delphine. I'll have to take a look at that later.
He already did one. Jawbray, right?
Yeah, Jawbray.
The living meme herself.
Yeah, I think that Belle Delphine was... yeah, she was relevant for like a few, then she starts really going into all the stuff that the reasoning as to what all the stuff that she's been doing, and ruined the illusion. And, yeah, I think that's how it is, but, yeah, I need to watch the video.
That's a video I'm 100% going to be watching later.
Me too. I'm going to download that right now.
Oh my god.
What? I get bored at work.
Oh, so it's to watch it at work. Without people noticing you're using up the internet.
Yep. I listen to this stuff too, so...
My arcana for the day is going to be the Sun. Enthusiasm, playfulness, clarity, personal growth, self-acceptance. Yay, today is a day I'm going to supposedly feel good about myself. Probably.
Supposedly.
We'll see. It's a little unclear. Think about what activities make you feel the most content and fulfilled and do that. Maybe it's reading a book in a sunny spot, spending time with a dear friend, creating art. It might be helpful to think back on what you loved doing as a child. Have a wonderful day. And when this card shows up, it is time to reveal everything. You will benefit by sharing your true feelings and thoughts. You will have greater clarity and understanding. It is a time to celebrate your accomplishments and share them with the world. Don't be afraid to shine. Let your inner child show. Be playful, creative, and curious. Align your actions and words with your authentic self. Do what makes you feel excited and warm inside. This card can represent a burst of energy and vitality. As an outcome card, it is a yes. Should I continue working on this thing? I am going to start writing. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
DM, you do exactly... Ashley says that, Dean, you do exactly what I do. Download a bunch of videos to watch at work and don't use the cell data.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, I do that a lot when I'm at home. I download live streams or I download videos that I want to watch.
That's a good idea, actually. I should consider doing that.
At least be glad we got the keyword. Now we can infiltrate Yodo's jail anytime we like. The smell here in Suzushino isn't too strong. Getting inside the jail won't be a problem.
So the preparations have been made.
Then let's go, everyone. If Mari-san really is the monarch, only we can stop her. We can't let her toy with the hearts of innocent people.
True that.
Jail time again.
Jail time.
With one of the best scenes in the game.
Yep. Trademark.
Copyright.
On Android, you can grab a third-party app called SnapTube and not even have to buy YouTube Premium. That sounds sweet.
Ooh.
I don't have Android, but that sounds sweet. And since Androids can have a huge SD card in them, you can get a lot of videos. That's awesome.
I should probably look into that, actually, as I know. Because I have, like, a full ASMR playlist, and I only have YouTube Premium just to make sure so it doesn't play ads while I'm trying to sleep. And, like, if I download that instead and just put it on the micro SD card, that would probably be a cheaper option in the long run.
Much easier. I like how Morgana's just like, cold.
Cold.
Still counts as a watch to your videos, by the way. Nice.
Oh boy, I love snow.
Oh hey, it's Elsa's been working on her construction design.
Japanese Elsa.
Japanese Elsa.
I'll just add this.
It's getting late. I'm good to call it here.
Yeah, but yep.
Let everybody else go to work tomorrow so they can sleep.
Fucking work. Yep.
Work stinky. I am also getting hungry.
Yep. Alright. Oh, time for the mob.
Hopefully my PS4 doesn't fall tonight.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
My cords are a mess. I tried grabbing my controller to just put on top of the system, and both my PS4 and my Switch just tumbled down.
Oof.
I want to say it tumbled down around 4 feet high.
4 feet. Jeez, that's pretty tall to drop it from.
Mm-hmm. And I think my Switch was just a little bit damaged when it fell because I'm noticing the Switch cart slot is a little sensitive now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where sometimes it doesn't read the game carts.
Oh shit, a Rowlet!
Nice.
Oh, sorry, yeah. But, yeah, that sucks. Wait, what do you mean I'm too far for the battle? Fuck you!
God damn it, Dean.
I am not too far for the battle. What bullshit is this? I'm trying to catch an owl. There, are you too far now?
God damn it.
I don't even know what happened there. I want the bird.
You want the Rowlet.
Give me that bird. I want that bird so I can evolve this one.
Oh, you finished the main story, right?
Yep.
You did talk to Professor Laventon afterwards, right?
Yep. And
Okay.
I was pleased as punch at what happened.
Okay, that's good.
I was like, it was funny because like at the time I was just like, okay, because I think Jared was the one that told me. Jared said, hey, you should talk to Laventon, and I'm like, okay, he better give me the rest of those starters, and then he gave me the rest of those starters. I can't believe I called it, but I am happy that I did.